All right, take two here. Something happened with Colleen's mic, and God knows we need his vocal participation in the show. I mean, I'm fucking sitting here for 10 minutes waiting for this idiot to fix his mic as a producer. And I was just, not even ranting, but just, believe me, I know why a lot of you guys are listening today. We'll get to all that in a little bit. But Saturday night, and I thought of Gerry, my old partner, Gerry Callahan, who would have really liked this, Saturday night. And one thing that I learned from Gerry, most of all, like my instincts are my instincts, but what I learned from Gerry most of all is be prepared, have ideas, never be out of ideas, always question things, always read everything. That level of preparedness that I have, I learned from him. The conference call I had Saturday night with Cullinane and Blind Mike was Gerry and I would have then, if it was Gerry was on the show, which, is definitely never going to happen. If Gerry was my co-host on the show and we had this conference call, we would have spent an hour, he and I, talking about this conference call. You guys,
I see what you're doing.
You guys offered nothing. It was incredible. It was actually incredible.
Well, to be fair, what could we have done? My ideas would all be getting people like Murchison and Shirley Leung on. That'll never come on.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, you can think of something. Like, my fear was...
We texted you after.
My fear was that the show was going to sound... if you go back and listen to Friday's show, I basically outlined what was going to happen. It happened Friday. I'll tell you the whole story behind it after. So I was concerned today's show was going to be the same as that. It's not, but it was my concern Saturday night.
Right.
You guys did A, nothing to alleviate those fears, or B, offer any ideas. Like, there's no ambition.
We've got ideas. We just don't have very many good ideas.
Like what?
I said, like, they were bad ideas, but I said maybe calling into EEI or Hillman or something, and then we realized,
like, what's that?
Well, that's the thing. The problem is if we spit out bad ideas, then we get shit on also.
Yeah, but at least there's ideas. There was nothing. I mean, then those guests you guys are offering are terrible.
Yeah, but you threw that out of left field. You can't just... That was like a text. You should have sprung that on us earlier. And we could have thought about it, and then we could have had a 6 o'clock phone call.
I texted you at 4 o'clock.
No, you texted at like 2, didn't you?
Sorry. I gave you 4 hours instead of 2 hours. I gave you 4 hours.
About a conference call, not about what the conference call was going to be.
But shouldn't you always
be thinking... Dave was very nervous.
Shouldn't you be thinking about ideas anyway? I mean, like what?
Yeah, and I was.
Dave thought we were getting dressed down.
Jerry Thornton?
Well, I didn't. Did I tell you it was a good idea? I just recommended
it. Dave thought you were going to get dressed down?
He was nervous. He was like, what is this about? He thought there was a scolding coming or something.
No, I thought it was either a scolding or there was going to be some show news that he's telling us about. I didn't know. I figured you would have just texted anything like that.
What do you mean? Like, what show idea? What show news?
I don't know. We're going serious or so. You guys
we're not going serious. I don't believe
I don't know. Serious. You know what I mean. That's what I thought was coming.
So anyway, great work. Fantastic. I thought that Gerry, because Gerry would have been fucking fuming over that. Whereas I am still sort of amused.
It was in his honor that we did that.
There you go. All right, let's get to that stuff in a second. First, Roman. We've been talking about this forever now. We know that. Roman swipes are a clinically proven way to last longer in bed. Effective, easy to use, fast-acting, don't require a prescription. They can ship swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. Will not transfer to your partner, lasts longer without worrying. So easy to use, very simple. We know this. GetRoman.com/Kirk. GetRoman/Kirk to get your first month of swipes for just $5. $5 for longer-lasting sex. And by the way, help with the show. We've gotten tweets. We've had listeners leave messages. Everyone's enjoying the product. We should get some more messages, hopefully this week as well. If you're a male or female enjoying it, call us. I don't know. Dave will tweet out the number there. Or somebody will from the show. We'll retweet it. And go to GetRoman.com. Again, GetRoman.com, GetRoman.com/Kirk. First month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. If you use that link, GetRoman.com/Kirk. That's GetRoman.com/Kirk.
I'm listening to Kirk Minihane's podcast.
Sports and show business.
Kirk Minihane, who is apparently a derelict of some kind.
That is Kirk Minihane. No one more controversial right now in the sports talk world.
That's what I'm talking about. Sports!
Kirk Minihane, what kind of thug are you?
Yes, well, he is white hot right now.
The head. I also want to say something about Kirk Minihane because I like him.
Kirk is like a sports genius who everyone hates.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Well, so we do the show Friday, and it was fine. Friday show was good, but it felt like we were just doing the show. You know, there's not a lot going on, as we said, in the summer. So WEEI, my old radio station, had their book, their 3-month book. It was a bloodbath all the way around. I reacted to it, and I knew about Gerry Callahan, my old partner, the Kirk and Callahan show, his contract situation. I mean, I wasn't, an idiot. I could do the math. I could figure things out. When you're in the business that we were in, he was in, I was in. and it's a morning show. It's an important show, and your contract's up at the end of August, and it's the middle of July, and they haven't talked to you about your contract, you're not coming back. So I didn't know when it was going to happen. He didn't know when it was going to happen. We were both pretty sure it was going to happen. So I do the show. We finish at whatever time we finish, 9:30, whatever it was. I get in the car and I drive up to Maine, the middle of Maine, where my daughter Kate was at a camp all week, this horse camp, where she gets, she runs around with horses, and it's a nightmare. She loves it. I hate it.
Runs with them?
Whatever. It's horses they're creepy. I don't like them. Fine. She loves it. So I'm actually in the town Poland Springs, town of Maine, right before 11 o'clock, and Gerry calls me, and we've had a weird last 8 months or whatever it's been since I left, 9 months, where we fight, we don't fight, I rip him publicly, he gets mad at me, I apologize, I rip him again, something happens. It happened to me, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago on this show, I think, right? 2 or 3 weeks ago. When that was one of the few times I was wrong. I totally was angry. I took my anger out on him. I shouldn't have. I was wrong. I apologized to him. I think I've apologized on this show.
Yep.
So we're in a pretty good place now. We had we're back to where we were, sort of. Phone rings, it's him. That's still unusual, though, for him to call me that early in the morning. We usually talk. If we talk at night or during the day or whatever. So I thought maybe he saw we were already promoting on social media, kind of what the show was going to be about. We'd send out some clips. I was going to the WEEI. I think the name of the show was Bob Murchison, Still a Dick or whatever it was. So I thought, seeing it, I'm like, oh, Jerry's probably saw this and wants to talk about whatever. And he's like, yep. He's like, I got a box. They got rid of me. It's all over. And I'm like, surprised and not surprised. And we talked for 20, 25 minutes, and he was in a pretty good mood. And we sort of talked about what we've talked. It's no different than we've talked about before. But I was angrier than he was, I think he just kind of knew it was coming in the way he was relieved, and he's like, good, now I can just kind of get out of this and move on to my own thing, or get out of here. It's over. There's nothing I can do about it. I have no control over it. That sort of thing. And I got angrier and angrier. And within that conversation, what really got me going was two things. One thing, he made me promise not to tell on the air, which for me is like torture. But for now, I'm not going to do it. I ask him every day if I can do it. I'm getting closer and closer to him saying yes. It's not even that big of a deal. I'm surprised this is the one that he won't let me tell, because it's actually really funny and shows how fucked up that place is. The other one's also pretty good, though. So for years, Gerry has done commercials for Shea Concrete with his brother-in-law, Greg. Mm-hmm. It's on the show if you listen to it. It's like, Greg's a really good guy.
Oh, yeah, Gerry.
And it's kind of like, they make fun of each other. Fine, whatever.
Since we've been doing Shea commercials together, I'm sure you've become quite a celebrity in precast concrete circles. Oh, yeah, Gerry. I can't even go to the market these days.
The sales guy for that's name is Matt Hockman. Typical sales, asshole. Just is, whatever, at that place. Only cares about himself, doesn't care, buried us for Murchison, blamed us for Murchison, all that shit. A couple of weeks before this, evidently, it's not from Gerry, by the way. I should say that. A couple of things from the phone call from Gerry are different. This one actually is not from Gerry. It's from two other people, though Gerry would probably confirm it if I asked. A couple of weeks before, Hockman, the sales guy, reached out to Greg from Shea Concrete a couple of weeks ago and said, hey, just for the hell of it, basically, if Gerry weren't to come back, would you still do business with us at
Wow.
at WEEI?
Well, can I tell you what's funny about that is I was driving home from the Red Sox game, from work Friday night, and the Red Sox were on the radio.
Yeah.
And they played that ad.
Oh, really?
Where he's like, hey, my buddy from Shea Concrete.
Yeah, it's Greg. What kind of deal do you have in precast conditioning, whatever?
I'm like, how did they not take this out of the rotation?
They're fucking stupid, that's why. So that was funny. And sort of as the day goes on, Gerry and I, and my phone is exploding. I think people think I know a bunch of shit I don't know. They want my reaction. I think a lot of people also expected me to do this crazy victory lap on social media, on Twitter, which I didn't really feel like doing. Like, everything I felt like I needed to point out to these assholes over there has been pointed out.
It's obvious. Yeah.
The ratings collapsed when I left, and part of that is Gerry and Mutt's fault. That is all. They also had a show, and the ratings weren't as successful. There were reasons why, but that's part of it. When I got to the show, they were struggling. When I came on the show, the numbers went way up. When I left, the numbers went down. Those are facts. So, and I so great. So now congratulations. But I didn't feel that way. I felt angry as I felt the other day. Not even at Bob Murchison. I really don't. Bob Murchison is what he is. Like, he doesn't pretend. He doesn't There's no false advertising, ironically.
Right.
He is a guy who gets off on fucking with people's lives. He enjoys it. My issue is with management at Entercom, from David Field, who owns the company, all the way down through the Tim Murphys and Mark Hammons and even the Joe Zarbanos, who allowed this to happen. This could have been stopped last October of 2017. This could have been stopped in 2 weeks. It would be gone, out of their lives. We wouldn't even be worrying about it. I'd still be there, though I'm happy here. Jerry would still be there. We'd be doing great. But they didn't let that happen. And now, because of this, Jerry's out of a job. I'm somewhere else. Salespeople, some of them are good guys, some of them are shitheads, are gone. Everything's gone. The station is totally fucked. We'll get to how they fucked up Friday. Is only Entercom can fuck up Friday.
Unbelievable.
They are. It is dead. The station is dead. And I have friends at the station. I'm friends with Mutt. I'm friends with Curtis. Ken and I are not. That's Ken's choice. I haven't talked to Ken in forever. I think he's angry at me. No problem. Glenn Ordway is a friend. Christian Fourier I talked to for a while this weekend. There are people I really like over there. Dale Arnold's a fucking asshole, but that's, again, I don't want to get into a bitter whatever. This is inside stuff.
Yeah.
He'll be there forever. So, what was I saying? Oh, so, I don't take great pride in the fact that the station's going to go down the tubes, but the station's going to go down the tubes because what's going to happen now is, I believe, and I don't know this at all. I have no proof of this. This is me completely spitballing. My guess is somebody at Entercom who's a higher up talked to Murchison, and Murchison essentially said to them, or they said to him, listen, if we get rid of this guy, Minihane's gone, Callahan's gone. All the interesting stuff is out. No more social stuff, no more transgender stuff, no more Trump stuff, no more story of the day. Jerry was ripping on, what's-her-face, the
Rapino.
Mm-hmm. All that shit is gone. And Murchison probably said to them, again, speculation, some educated speculation. Murchison probably said, sure, yes. And then they said, okay. Now, making a deal with a guy like that is insane on 50 levels.
That's
because
not dangerous at all.
Yeah. My guess is he's going to wake up, on Wednesday and be bored and listen to whatever and say, oh, I can send another email out. Maybe I can bring the whole station down.
Right.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
But did he have any influence over, remember when the Christian Fourier thing went down?
Yeah, he uses that in his email.
Does he use that?
Oh, yeah, sure, of course, yeah.
Not as much as going after you.
No, but he can use it now. But by the way, he still sends out emails. I think I said this on Friday. He still sends out emails that have my stuff on it to add. And I'm sure he'll have Jerry's stuff on it in the future. And he'll say this is the kind of the history of the station that you're now advertising with. Just so you know, they called this person that, or Aaron Andrews this, or this person that, or said this about, whatever. They fucking supported Trump, which is like a hate crime now. So, it doesn't matter that I didn't vote for Trump. It doesn't matter I think Trump's a fucking idiot. That doesn't matter that doesn't matter. You're dealing with somebody who, in my opinion, is not of sound mind and gets off on this stuff. So he's not going to stop. They made a deal with the devil and then will continue, I think, to burn them. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe they actually have a piece of paper signed somewhere. I have absolutely no idea how the machinations of it work. I know this. So here's your lineup now at WEEI. And we'll get to whatever you think of the show that's taking over from the show that took over from my show. Is Greg Hill. If you're not from here, he's a fixture in Boston.
You like doing interviews with people you like. Yeah.
It's never really been, I would say, a huge ratings hit in
Middle
Boston.
of the road.
Yeah.
15 years ago was probably the best case scenario.
Maybe. Maybe. I have no idea. Put it this way. We went against him. I went against him for 5 or 6 years. And I don't think I ever saw his ratings ever when we did the weeklies. Ever. Like, he just did, whatever.
Yeah.
So he goes over to EEI. He's going to have a show that's going to be dramatically different. Then our show was confrontational. It was loud. It was fast-paced. Hillman's morning show. And I had Greg Hill on my podcast. I went on his show. I have no personal issues toward him. I've heard stories that he's an asshole. I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
I don't know. I've heard stories as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I've heard those. My dealings with him, maybe because I'm me, right? He treats me different than he treats whoever, right? I don't know.
I get it that there's a hierarchy.
Who's at the top right now?
What's that?
Who's at the top of that hierarchy right now?
You are.
So he goes over there. Their show goes over there. And it is a very extraordinarily client-friendly show. Like, to the point where I think it hurts the quality of their show. The times I've listened, they'll have, for instance, in Boston, there's a guy named Ernie Bach, who's like a car guy.
Yeah.
Like Ernie Bach, who, is fucking, death on the radio.
Yeah.
He'll go on. He's going to go on there for like 45 minutes, a half hour.
Bikini Fest.
Right. They're going to do shit like that. And look,
he's going to talk music. He's not going to sell cars. He's going to talk music.
That's going to work for Greg. So that's going to work for Greg because it always has. The ratings haven't mattered as much as the client relationships. So WEEI is looking at it now and saying we're having Greg Hill in the morning, who is super client friendly. Dale Arnold, who's a pussy. He's not going to say anything offensive. Glenn, very client friendly. And Mike, Mud at night, very, very client friendly. So I think they're saying now, what they're saying is Kirk Minihane is gone. Gerry Callahan is gone. The ratings are going to be down. We're telling you this. But now this is a place that you're safe.
It's safe.
You could come in here and advertise. There's going to be no negative buzz. There's going to be no buzz at all. But
there'll be nothing interesting.
Right. But I think that's essentially their pitch.
Yeah.
And what I said to Gerry on Friday, what I've said all weekend to people, and people have asked me 10 million times, like, what do you think about that? I think it's gutless. I think they're a bunch of pussies. I think they have no courage. I think they let Bob Murchison shit in their mouth. I think they let Sam Kennedy piss in their face. I think they let the Boston Globe, come down their throat. But what I think is, if they're going to do that, if that's how they're going to do business, then they're doing the right thing. If this is what they're going to do, if they're not going to fight back, it makes more sense to have no Gerry Callahan and no Bob Murchison in their minds than have Gerry Callahan and Bob Murchison.
But what they have done, and maybe nothing will ever come up, but what they've done is by bending over and spreading their cheeks for Bob Murchison, they've now shown, and maybe this is why, I don't know if Murchison has contacted Barstool at all, but I think people look at Barstool as a place like, even if we go after the advertisers, they're gonna say go fuck yourself.
Correct.
Whereas Entercom is now very obviously a place that will
but here's the thing,
do
Mike,
whatever you want.
But here's the thing, Mike. So you're right, but what I think is going to, first of all, Murchison to me is an outlier. He's a once in a generation. We ran into the perfect storm. But my thing is now so I also think Mark Hannon, who's the general manager of the station, a man with he'll have no vision in the future. He's got no ability to do this. He'll be on the street as well soon. I look forward to that. I'll go to we're going to do a show. We're going to do a remote in his front lawn the day after. Just so we know. Just so we're clear about that. We're going to do that.
Can we do one?
By the way, that was an idea. I had that
What's
idea.
that?
I should have texted you that idea.
What?
The front lawn of the neighbor next to Murchison, who we lost that
real estate deal to.
Yeah.
That I would do. See,
Damn it.
We should do that.
God damn it, Dave.
We're going to do that.
You're making us look like idiots.
So Hannon is going to. My guess, again, slightly educated guess. And Hannon, and my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong, was really behind this, getting rid of Gerry, pushed for it because he wanted, he knows Hillman's safe. Again, from a business perspective, I understand that. I guess not a lot of guts, but okay. He's going to hold a meeting, and he's going to sit there, and Greg Hill will be there, and Danielle, and whoever, and Dale, and Keith, and all the EI people will be there. He's going to say, listen, we are now, because he's going to have a room full of people who aren't going to fight back. He's going to say, we're now a different station. Like, we're not the days of all this shit, Adam Jones, Megan Rapinoe, Trump, fighting with people, fighting with each other. That's all over now. We're doing a sports show. Now, Greg Hill is not a sports talk show host, but he's going to do sort of I don't know what,
It's bizarre, yeah.
Whatever his morning show is, which is a lighter sort of, that's going to be, it's going to be that, a zoo, whatever. Then Dale and Keith will come and do a sports show. Then Glenn and Christian and Lou will do their sports show. Mutt will do a sports show. The Red Sox will be on at night. Next day, same thing. That's it. We're not going to have any waves at all. Understood? Everyone will say, I understand, which I get. You need to, a lot of people are like, why doesn't Chris and my old producers, Chris and Ken quit, Mutt quit? And it's like, because they fucking have families. That's why. Yeah. What, are you just going to quit? Not everybody can do it. My situation's unusual. So that's what's going to happen. And then you're going to get.
I think you can make the argument that already happened in about a year ago, to be honest with you. It became a sports station a year ago.
Well, sort of. Gerry, I would listen to Gerry and Mutt driving in here once in a while, and Gerry would try best he could to sort of do his thing, but I laid it out the other day. There are certain things they could not talk about. He knew that. Now, my argument would be they told Gerry to do something. He essentially did it, and they fired him anyway. So you can't, my point with him was always, and this is sort of our core disagreement, one of our core disagreements over the last 9 months, is he would say to me, if you would just come back after a while, you probably heard this, Mike, they would have left me alone.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and so I said to Gerry on Saturday, I think I waited a day. I said, do you still feel like they would have left me alone today? And he's like, and for once he was like, you know what, you're right.
Yeah, I said that all the time. I was amazed that those guys didn't go with you. But I understand.
Go with me to radio.com.
But if it didn't work, go somewhere else. I believed that if you started an app or whatever, it would have been successful. Or if you went to Barstool, it would have been successful.
But that's a hard, guys are leaving job.
I guess.
Secure
I'm in a different situation, I guess.
Ken Laird as a kid. That's not. Gerry's been doing this forever. For Gerry, he wants to do this. Like, this is what he wants to do. But it is amazing to me. It is amazing the way that EEI buckled under this guy and just fucking took it. I mean, like I said, I'm not even kidding. He fucking shit in their mouth, down their throat. They shit it out. He took their fucking shit and put it back in their fucking face again.
And they thanked him.
And they're like, yep, thank you very much. No problem. What can we do to help you? What can we do to make this better? We sat there, Gerry and I sat there with a guy named Mason. This was about a month and a half into the Murchison thing. We spent a couple of hours with a gentleman by the name of Mason Dunn. Very nice guy who was born a woman, transitioned into a man. He runs this sort of thing, right? So it's like a sensitivity training, but sort of you learn about transgendered stuff. And a mom of a 5-year-old who was transitioning as well. And we did like a 2.5 hour meeting with these people. And then we did PSAs. And Mason Dunn like hosted the show on the weekends. And we were willing to do a fundraiser. I didn't care. I was happy to do it. Like a fundraiser for transgendered kids who had been abused. Great. Great. Awesome. We would fall all over ourselves. And some of it was worthwhile, but some of it was such pandering bullshit and insulting to everybody.
Yeah.
To appease somebody who didn't give a fuck. I mean, I'm sitting there saying, why are we... I'm telling you, over the course of a year and a half, I must have had... I don't want to be liberal with this number. I'm going to say 2 or 3 meetings a month minimum over a year and a half. I'd say probably closer to 80, 90 meetings with people. And it was always the same thing. Hey, I'd come in, we'd do a show. You feel like the show was good. Ratings are high. And Mark Hanner and Joe Zarbon, hey, can you come in the office for a minute? Yeah, we got a letter from Murchison. Turns out that you guys said, whatever, Starbucks, the Starbucks homeless people should have to pay their coffee, and Murchison thinks that's insulting to the homeless community and it's insensitive. So can you lay off that?
Program director Bob Murchison.
Fuck you. Program director Bob Murchison and program director who gets let off the hook, Sam Kennedy of the Red Sox, fan of the show.
Yeah, likes the show account.
Likes the show account. I saw that. So Sam Kennedy. The Red Sox, and this is why I hate the Red Sox, and people in Boston can like the Red Sox. They can root for them. I don't root for them. I root for them to lose every game.
Go Yanks.
Yes, I hope they, whatever. I hope they fucking, whatever. Worst thing can happen. I hope it happens to them. So Sam Kennedy was the president of the Red Sox and one of the biggest pussies on God's green earth. Like I said, I almost oddly, respect's not the right word because I hate him, but Murchison is what he is. No bullshit, no frills. I'm going to fuck with you. I'm going to fuck with your life. Sam Kennedy was the kind of guy who would, like, we had lunch with Gerry. I might as well tell the whole lunch with Sam Kennedy story. I can't believe I haven't told this yet. In 2017, Sam Kennedy, or 17. No, it would have been 16 for sure, because 17 is when I got suspended for calling him a vomit.
Murchison goes back that far?
No, I'm predating Murchison.
Right.
Sam Kennedy invited me and Gerry to lunch to talk, because we've been critical of the broadcast, which sucks, by the way. And the Red Sox ratings are in the fucking toilet. They're doing 1s and 2s these games, because nobody fucking cares about the station spends all its time like putting together Red Sox announcers as opposed to fighting Murchison. That's how fucking stupid they are. So anyway, Sam Kennedy's thing goes at lunch. He's like, yeah, we think the games are boring too. We think Joe Castiglione's old. What can we do to make the game more interesting? Boy, you guys, your show is great. I listen all the time. He'd text us, and then when things got hot a little bit, he buries us publicly. And then he goes to the guy who owns the company and says, why do you allow this kind of stuff? Why do you allow this kind of content? And he listens to and the station bows down to the Red Sox, so we get more pressure from them as well. Sam Kennedy, by the way, called Gerry over the weekend. Gerry didn't answer it, but that's the kind of guy Sam Kennedy is. Like, if I saw Sam Kennedy,
so sorry, Gerry.
If I saw him today, he'd try and talk to me, and I'd be like, I'd spit in your fucking face. I would spit. I'd fucking make sure I had a big blood booger, and I'd put it right between your fucking eyes, you asshole.
If next February you have Sam Kennedy on your show at spring training, we will not be friends anymore. That I will say.
I'll think about it.
I really would. I hate you. You're a fucking total fucking asshole. You are. Fuck you. And fuck Carabas for like fucking jerking them off too. Two fucking assholes.
So a lot of people, like, after Henry bought the Boston
Well, Carabas
Globe,
has nice small hands, so it might be an enjoyable hand job.
Wrap them both around.
Yeah. I don't know why Carabas had to take the heat there, but whatever.
You got to throw it in.
Yeah, why not? What did you say when John Henry...
When John Henry bought the Globe, I think a lot of people thought they own Nesson, they own the Globe, maybe they'd buy a radio station. The Red Sox gave... I mean,
they have one.
EEI gave them a radio station.
They're good.
They pay the Red Sox to own the station, essentially.
Here's what I would say. If the Red Sox today called up whoever the decision makers of the EEI and said, you know what? That Glenn Ordway, I'm not liking it. I'm sorry, I'm not liking it. I don't like what he said the other day about David Price. He'd be gone. After a while, he'd be gone. It would be one phone call, but if they pressured him enough, he'd be gone.
Do you think it would go this far if they said, bring back Kirk and Callahan today?
No, I think that'd be an issue. that might be an issue.
So Murchison over Red Sox.
Yes, Murchison and the Globe, by the way, too, which is also the John Henry world. Don't forget their role in the whole thing. And what's interesting is EEI. So I battled the Globe for years. I mean, it was a war. I hate them as well. Brian McGrory, I hate. Hansy Bryan, Shirley, the whole crew. I hate them all. But what I find interesting is when I leave. So clearly there's been some deal struck between EEI now and the Globe, too. That's the other thing. So, because they hated Gerry as much as they hated me. Maybe not as much, but pretty close. When I left, Shirley wrote this big column about how it was good, da-da-da. Gerry leaves nothing, not a word, not a column. I noticed Chad Finn's media column on Friday in Boston talked about Gerry leaving in very, basic sort of setup terms. And his second note in the column, if you find it, is he gives you a lineup of who's calling which Red Sox games on EEI.
Well, it's
so
good
it's
to know.
Essentially a press release.
I can make my schedule.
Which means that EEI, clearly in the Globe, have said, hey, listen, we're at peace here. So now, again, look at it. Just look at it I'm trying to step away and look at it from a business EEI perspective. Gerry's gone. I'm gone. Listeners are gone. Okay. But you're going to have some core listeners still. They'll finish 5th or 6th going forward, which is, by the way, where they finished anyway. So now you don't have to worry about the Globe. They don't think they have to worry about Murchison. The Red Sox are happy. It's peacetime. Now, the shows will suck, but they don't care about that.
Here's the thing with that.
That's ultimately what they decide.
And the reality is everybody wins in that situation. They're shedding salary.
They win in that.
We don't win.
But here's where they lose, though, Dave, is yes, but big picture, 2 years ago, if they had told Murchison to go fuck himself,
correct,
we'd be doing 13s and 14s.
Money, yeah.
We'd be making money like crazy like we were 2 years ago. That's where they lose. Now, you're right, in their new world, this is as close as I think they can get to a win. Because even, let's be honest, even if they re-sign Gerry, think about it from their perspective. You re-sign Gerry, he's going to take a pay cut, but you still have to pay him. I mean, he's probably making, I'm going to guess his last deal he's making $700,000, right? So you're going to get him now for, let's say, $450. Okay, let's say he takes a bath, $450. He has to live on that. I don't know how people live on that. My understanding is you can live on that. So he makes $450 a year.
That's what I'm asking for.
Right? Yes, you are. There is a 4 in there. So you have that. You have that. You still have Murchison, and you still have Gerry capable of saying something anytime. And by the way, you have a show that's not as successful as the old show was.
Yes.
So like in this world, if you're going to be pussies, I could see being if they're a pussy, I could see making this deal.
But here's the thing about them being pussy. Like,
am I wrong?
Why is the advertising still there? Because there's another sports station.
Well, because there's always advertising. So I mean, as bad as the ratings are, if they're 6th or 7th or 8th, like they're not going to be 19th, I don't think. But I think they're going to be 7th or 8th or whatever. Still the 8th rated station in Boston. And by the way, like it still matters to some people that the Red Sox, like older advertisers, well, they're fucked as like 10 years from now, but they don't think like that. They're fucking dead. Like,
they're gonna pay their bills and make a tiny bit of money.
Yeah, that's it.
The reality.
As opposed to, I mean, I said the other day, I think I was on with KFC and Casey and Feilenberg, I think was there, right? Mm-hmm. Not Carabas. I think Murchison's cost the company, I'm guessing, $10 million. Oof. I mean that. I mean, the money the morning show's making in 2017. I looked it up. We did a 15.3 2 Junes ago. Right? I mean, Dave, no,
it's crazy.
If you're factoring
even like today's radio world, the advertising, we were sold out forever at that point.
If you're factoring in what they'd be making now if Kirk and Callahan were still on, it's probably more than that.
Right. And I mean, I remember going in there in that time and going in. My reads would be there in the morning, and it was like this. I hated it. I had like 11 reads, but it was insane. But now that they're saying, okay, we're going the safe way. Now, the huge asterisk, the huge flaw in that is you're not making deals with reasonable men of their word or women of their. You're making a deal with Bob Murchison, who will just maybe he'll float away for a couple months and wake up one Tuesday morning and be like, you know what, boy, I really kind of miss this. This is like and I've seen this where you're sort of in the juice, you're in the mix, and you go away.
Where's the easiest place to fuck with?
Yeah,
Entercom.
Because you know why? I'll get reaction, not as much as before. But I'll get reaction, and they're not going to fight back.
They'll do whatever I ask.
Right. And while getting to do that, I can also fuck with them. I could fuck them over, and they'll continue to let me do what I want. And this will go on again and again and again. And I think he'll take the whole station down, and they'll change formats.
Good.
Eventually.
I mean, they deserve it at this point.
Oh,
they're asking for it.
They deserve everything they get.
They're begging for it.
Now, the on-air talent, to me, is mixed. Some of it's really bad. Some of it's okay. But for them, like I actually, essentially, people over the weekend said, how can you give the on-air people a pass? They did a show that wasn't great. I agree. They deserve some blame. But the huge amount of blame goes to management. Like 95% of it. The on-air talent it's whatever. They're following orders. Not everybody's like me. Like that's not a put down. I can do this. I've made a lot of money. I know I have options. Like, you think Rich Keefe or Loomer, like, do you think they're able to go to Barstool if other people trying to the idea of them having a paid show online? I mean, give me a fucking break.
You and Gerry were the only two that could do things on their own, I think.
Right.
I mean, Merloni could do like MLB Network or
something. That's right. And Fourier could probably do NFL.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, in terms of being something that still matters, no. I mean, and they know that, and they have to make a living. Like, it's easy to shit on them, but they have to make a living. Their hell now is going to be their ratings. I mean, it's just going to be... Now, some of them don't care. Some of them just don't care. A guy like Dale Arnold has been doing it for 20 years, 30 years. Has never said anything interesting. Has never been in any trouble. He'll just go in, do his show, schlep out, get his fat ass back to his car, drive home, and do another shitty show the next day until he gets fired.
You haven't heard his Bruins takes.
And when he gets fired, he'll act like he's, a martyr and cry and shit, but he'll deserve it because he never took a chance in his life. That's all. And I'm over here. And you could say, hey, listen, whatever. But, I mean, I'd much rather do this. Be able to react to this. I listened to my old show this morning. They brought back Mutt and Ken and Chris, the producers, to
say nothing interesting.
Well, it's hard for them because,
they still want to keep their jobs.
But they can't talk. It can't really, like, what we're doing now is way more honest than that is just because we can.
Of course.
We can. We can talk about, they can't talk about the Globe. They can't talk about Murchison. They can't talk about the Red Sox like that. They are on the station.
Right.
And I understand that. And that was part of the reason why I left. I wasn't going to go forward.
And then in 6 months when they get fired, they're going to say, well, we probably should have just done it.
In 6 months when they get fired, they'll come on here and they'll shit all over it. Like,
right.
But, it's just, and for Gerry, it's a long way of saying, for Gerry will be fine. I mean, Jerry's going to get a job and do something else. If I had to guess, I think everybody thinks, I saw a lot of tweets over the weekend asking if Gerry was going to come here with me, right? That's not going to happen. Jerry's not going to do Barstool. He doesn't want to do a podcast on Barstool. He doesn't. He wants to be involved in Boston or national political stuff every single day.
Yeah, I said RKO or something like that.
What I think is going to happen, total, again, semi-educated guess, is, Steve's old boss, Howie Carr, has a sort of a little network, right? So Howie owns his show and whatever's on a bunch of stations, right? So do I think that Howie could say to Gerry, hey, can I pair you with me and say 12 to 3 or 10 to 1? Mm-hmm. Could that work on a bunch of stations?
That could work.
Yeah. I mean, is it going to be Gerry make as much money as he made at EEI? No. Definitely not.
Yeah.
But could I see that happening? That wouldn't shock me. He'll get to talk about what he wants to talk about. That's the other thing I'll say about like a conservative radio perspective. Like, you think if Bob Murchison's calling those advertisers, they're going to be like, fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we hate you. We hate your fucking guts.
Yeah.
You can't be more protected. I actually think that's even more protected than Barstool because Barstool is sort of has no opinion.
Right.
As a brand politically.
Howie Carr is staunchly
Howie Carr is
conservative.
Like, fuck you and you're fucking, telling us what to do. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, the only thing about local conservative radio is all the advertisers are local, so they'd be scared shitless too of Murchison.
No, the local advertisers stayed more than the national ones. I think the local ones would say fuck you.
Because the local people probably knew who you were. Like they knew
they know who Gerry is and they know how he is. I mean, those are brands.
Yeah,
right. I think it depends. I mean, I think by and large, put it this way, it'd be better than Entercom.
Yes,
no doubt about that. That made me think of something else. Shit. Oh, so that's the other thing is. So I saw everyone saying like, and I heard everybody talked about, the culture has changed, the world has changed. I've done a lot of that too. Everything's changed. You can't say anything anymore. Everybody jumps on everybody. You can't do it. We do stories about it every single day, and that is all true. But that's not what brought EEI down. This was not this wave of political correctness. It was one guy. It was not a movement. It was not a group. It was not, the Globe played a role in it, but Murchison was involved with the Globe too. If Bob Murchison had never been born, if Papa Murchison had pulled out and splooged all over Mama Murchison's belly 63 years ago, whatever it was, none of this would have happened. This was not some major movement. This was one guy who was good and smart and rich and got to work. It was not this PC world we see stories every day, right? That's true, but that's not what brought this down. That's not what led us here.
Right, and there's no, like, when I explain why there's no Kirk and Callahan show to people that don't know, that there's no easy way to do it. Like, I'm like, well, someone made kind of a comment 5 years ago, and then they're like, so why is Kirk fired? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, because some asshole got bored and constantly went after the station.
Right.
And just there was no, and they bent over to it and took it.
You guys want to read, you want me to read some of these emails from that Turtle Boy story?
Oh, sure.
I want to do the press release, too, quickly. We should do Roman first here, right?
Yes.
We're good, all right. Mike, any Roman over the weekend?
No, the girlfriend was away, but I'll be
Where was
using
she?
I'll be using it tonight. She had a wedding.
You were not invited.
I was not.
Why not?
Well, it was her brother's wedding.
Wait, what? What?
This will make her cry. Don't do this.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So what happened?
Wait, how long have you been together?
7 months.
Oh,
8
Christ.
months. Yeah.
Wait a minute. So she must have been in the wedding.
Yeah.
Where was the wedding?
I don't know, somewhere around here, Quincy.
Well, I'm confused. Have you met her brother? I know you've met the parents.
No,
What?
have not met the brother.
So you were not invited to the wedding?
No.
Why not?
They don't know I exist.
They don't know you exist?
Oh no, you didn't know that?
You never told me that. Why not?
It doesn't seem like the day to do it, but yeah, no, they don't know.
Why not?
I don't know.
Stop. You've had a conversation about this with your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't. So like, there's something where if they knew she had a boyfriend, there'd be a lot of pressure on her to get married, some shit like that. So
Why?
She doesn't want to deal with that. Yeah.
So why would she get upset then if I mention this? I don't understand.
Because she gets very.
It's her choice.
I don't mind it, but she thinks I'm very like self-conscious about it or something.
Do you think she?
So
thinks,
she like when we talk about it, she thinks
you think it's because you're blind.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you what it is? I mean, you
Can we just move on from that?
Yeah, I mean, what do you really think it's about? Well, so I'm confused. I don't know why, but like, so she said I have a boyfriend, and they're like, well, you should get married. Like, so what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I guess she's uncomfortable with it.
Didn't she feel like didn't she want you to go?
On some level, I think she did, but yeah, I just didn't.
How was the wedding?
Wouldn't be. I don't know. Oh, I mean, it was good, I guess, but
yeah,
I wouldn't know myself.
And she was in the party, the wedding party.
Yeah,
and she gets along with the sister-in-law.
Yeah, I think so.
Who you've never met?
No.
Okay. Do you want to meet these people?
I take it back. The brother does know I exist now, I think.
Okay.
Like, that was a recent development.
Would you like
wanting to meet them and going to a wedding are two different things.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. I know, Dave, but I'm just saying. Thank you. I'm just saying. Would you like to meet them?
I mean, eventually, I guess.
It doesn't bother.
I'm an awkward guy. It'd be weird if I met him anyway. So.
I mean, do you plan on?
And they're from another country.
Do you plan on marrying this girl or?
But not yet. I mean,
I'm saying, do you think that she's somebody you could marry?
Sure.
Okay, so at some point you have to meet the family. I think.
I would think so. Yeah.
Do you ever say to her, this is not a point of contention at all for you guys?
Not really, no.
That's good.
Oddly, no. Yeah, it's weird.
I guess that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Jesus, that is bizarre. Well, your girlfriend will not come on the show.
No.
No chance.
No, I mean, work on her, I guess. But
yeah,
no.
get to work on her.
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm curious about this.
Okay.
You think it'd be like real pressure from? How old is she?
26.
That's a bullshit answer.
That's pretty young.
Of what? Her age?
No. The whole wedding thing and the parents thing. We got to deal with this.
Yeah.
We got to deal with this.
Is there something you're not telling us or no?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, there might be something she's not telling me, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Mike did not use Roman. Get to work on it tonight. Would you bounce back? She's around tonight?
It's a long way of saying Roman swipes.
Is she back tonight?
Yes.
All right, well, fuck the shit out of her.
Oh, I will.
Please, a good 2-hour fuck.
I will.
Get the
I'll be
Romans
thinking of you
going,
boys.
Please. Get a little anger. Get with the fuck. Oh, you don't think I'm good enough? Oh, you don't. What do you think of this?
But do it because you want to.
Yeah. Jeez, long lasting. Done. Go to GetRoman.com. GetRoman.com/Kirk. GetRoman.com/Kirk. Maybe we'll hear from. Maybe one of the great listeners will make a message as maybe Mike's girlfriend and leave a message for Roman swipes for tomorrow and see how we do.
I'm sure
GetRoman.com/Kirk. That's okay. It doesn't matter. GetRoman.com/Kirk. GetYourMan.com/Kirk. $5 right now for that first month of shipping for longer lasting sexual performance. By the way, before we do the other Gerry stuff, just to touch on the other note from Friday, man, did DEC fall on his sword fast.
He did.
Oh, my God. I got a message
It was
immediately.
quite the process to see him texting me and MHB, like, this motherfucker. He goes, I've got about 15 low blows I could take at this guy. And I'm watching I don't respond anyway. Right. I'm watching like 15 texts, and then all of a sudden it's, you know what, I'll fall on the sword on this one.
15 low blows? What does he have?
That's what he said. I don't know. He didn't divulge.
Oh, God.
He's got something on you.
It was like, he's like, first of all, he messages me. He's like, what the fuck? Why am I a backstabbing fuckwad? Then he's like, oh my God, they really do this to Gerry? I'm like, all right, leave me alone. Yes, have a good weekend. I can't. The people who message you in your life that's the other thing on Twitter is like these people I feel like when somebody like Gerry loses his job, like there are a certain amount of people who absolutely have to address it on social media.
Sure.
I'm one. Mutt's one. Ken and Chris.
Right.
Ordways and John Dennis's and whatever. Guys who have worked fine. But I'm seeing and I like this guy. I always have a nice conversation when I see him. When I see like an Albert Breer tweeting about it, I'm like, this feels like when I tweet if some other football writer lost, like it doesn't make any. I feel like at that point it's like God bless him. I liked him. I didn't know him.
People are fans of Jerry's too. Like I tweeted about it, and
that's fine.
I don't know the guy.
That part of it's fine, but it's more sort of the I met him a perfect example is again a very nice guy. I had limited interactions with him. One where he was upset with something I said on the air. We talked about it at spring training. Nick Cafardo was a writer at the Boston Globe who passed away. Sadly, suddenly, everybody liked him. He's one of these guys you actually never heard anybody say anything bad about. He was mad at me once because I made fun of him because he wrote something about Bobby Valentine or something. I don't know. But we had a good conversation in spring training. No big deal. He died, and it was like a competition from people to make it seem like they were better friends.
The greatest man.
Yeah, it just didn't. He urinated champagne. Like it's like he was
a better man than he was a sports writer.
Like, well, he was
one hell of a sports
writer. Yeah, like you didn't know him. Like you never met this guy. Why are you doing this? Oh, here's another thing before I get to the Jerry stuff. Do you guys have any thoughts at all?
No.
That's true. I got I love this, 50-50 reaction. I did this after a run, sort of tweeted it quickly. Yesterday to this Bob Ryan quote tweet that I had, the Cafardo made me think of this.
I didn't really agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. I was 50-50. I think, so Ryan tweeted, Bob Gibson, the old pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, has been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Does this, quote, pancreatic cancer, end quote, have any idea who it's messing with? And I tweeted, I hate tweets like this. My mom had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, fought it bravely for 16 months. It's the worst.
Yeah, we've heard.
Bob Gibson isn't any tougher than she was because he threw a ball 98 miles an hour in 1968. Hope he beats it, lives a long time, but this tweet pissed me off. Maybe it's me. And I see a couple hundred reactions. And it really was, perfect. It was 50-50, fuck you, or I get it. My take on it was, I actually like Bob. But my reaction is he's treating Bob Gibson like he's tougher than somebody else because he's a pitcher. I hate that. It's more I hate that. I hate that pancreatic cancer's fuck now because Bob Gibson would throw at somebody's head. Pancreatic cancer, trust me, I tell you, is
it'll win.
It's the worst one you're gonna get. Alex Trebek is gonna die. Right. I hope he lives 6 years of it, but it's gonna kill him. And I've seen it. It's insidious. It's the worst. My mom lasted 16 months. The average when you get stage 4 pancreatic cancer like she did is 3 or 4. So Bob Gibson will die in probably, he's older, in 3 or 4 months, and it'll suck. But you know what? Maybe he'll fight it really courageously, or maybe, by the way, it'll turn him into a blubbering that. All those things. It doesn't. The idea.
Is there anyone that fights it cowardly? By the way,
no. I mean, maybe there are people who are fuck it, kill me. Yeah, that's fine too. I don't think I don't think that's. But the idea that somebody's, I because he was a pitcher, or because he had a tough reputation.
Yeah.
If John Hanna got it, everyone would say that. And I'm like, well, why is he tougher than my mom, who was 96 pounds? So obviously for me, it's personal.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That part of it is, I'm more offended by he's an athlete jock sniffing thing. No?
Yeah, I see what you mean, but it's just Bob Ryan's going to comment on it, so he wants to say something nice.
Yeah, that's just how no, you're right. I kind of picked on him in the moment. Yeah. I have a trigger for that, and some people are what the fuck is wrong with you? And there probably is something to that. Why can't I just read that and let it slide? I like Bob too. Yeah. That's the other thing.
Yeah, he wasn't attacking your mother.
No. If you'd done that would have been good. Although he wouldn't come on the show probably. If
no.
We get nobody. It's amazing. Nobody will come on this show. Is that because of me?
It's part Barstool too, though.
That's true. Now it's a combination.
I would say it's you. I mean, you and Barstool is a factor, but it's also these people can't stand by their opinions.
Right.
If you call Gerry Callahan a racist, you can just throw it out there and people will believe it. So,
not only that, you'll curry favor within your little world too. Yeah.
But then if you question them on it, they're not going to have a good answer for it. So what do they? What purpose would it serve to come on here?
Well, I know, but I'm of the world where you say things and then you the thing I just said,
and then defend them.
Yeah,
Kirk, you're an old guy. You're an old school kind of guy. That's not how we do it anymore.
Emily K at Golf Examiner tweeted last night. Dave sent this to me.
Good. We got the Golf Examiner's take.
I think this person's from Lexington, Massachusetts.
Yeah,
by the way, my hometown.
Oh man.
Several reports at Shirley Leung. Several reports are crediting you with being the catalyst for the ouster of Gerry Callahan, the racist, sexist, homophobic host of the morning show on WEEI, and for that, I say about time and thank you. So, okay, I don't think Jerry's racist, sexist, or homophobic. I know he's not. But she's right that she played a role in it. And so I'd be all we want to do is have Emily on and say, Emily, the floor is yours. Tell me where Jerry's homophobic.
Right.
Go. I promise
you. He's a Republican.
I promise
for Trump.
Right. I promise you I will not edit out. You have my word. A single word of what you say. Everything you say is on the record. Let it rip. How many times in the week? 20 times? 15 times? I know since the show started, 50 times. People will tweet something. They'll either block us or ask us not to talk about it, or just won't come on. Which is, again, they're right not to come on. But I always find it so cowardly to throw out words like that. That'd be like me saying, "Yeah, what's her name? Emily what?
K.
yeah, Emily K is a whatever, this, and this. And then, she calls me like, fuck you, and hang up on her. Like, no, I'm not going to talk to you about it. I'm just going to say these terrible things.
But then if you did that, you'd be a villain.
Right. I'd be in big trouble.
Where
right.
she can just do it and no one gives a shit.
It's a crazy thing. And, I've heard everybody, I don't want to get in the Gerry Callahan tribute game. I've heard, everybody knows I love the guy.
He's a better man than he was.
I heard a lot of this over the weekend, and a lot of da-da-da. Like, I would just say I learned a lot from him. Like I said, I learned how to work hard on the radio. I learned how to attack stories. I learned how to never give up on something. I learned how to press people. I learned how to work, fight, and be interesting in battle. Every time I say, let's get somebody that disagrees with us, a lot of that came from sitting next to Gerry. And, we had our ups and downs the last couple of months, but I love him. My parents died. My family's obviously there. The first person I called both times was Gerry. When his mom died, the first person he called was me. I love him. That's it. We're going to have our ups and downs going forward, too. We're two combative people. He's going to have an awesome future, and I hope, I think we're going to get him on here sometime in the next few weeks. He'll be my guest. He'll come on and talk to us. I hope. I hope he does.
But you always get the generic, he was, how many years did he do it? 27 years. But Gerry did it being confrontational. Gerry put himself out there. Like the Lorne and Wallies of the world. They played safe for 30 years.
Right. Gerry was always...
man, same thing.
Yeah, Gerry lived his entire career on that rail, and timing became what it was. And, somebody came in and fucked him over. That's it. And he had 20 years on the radio is a long career if you're a pussy. 20 years on the radio if you're a Republican in Boston is like 3,000 years. Like, think of my career, on the radio. I was crazy. I lasted 5 years, 6 years. Gerry lasted 20 years. It's insane. And I mean, they went against Howard Stern. They went against, he had, in my opinion, I was talking to Glenn Orway this weekend. All due respect to Glenn, all due respect to Eddie Anlem and other people in Boston. I think he had the greatest radio career in Boston history because of that. You can have a career like morning people and not get in trouble and do that and last 30 years. But his career was always like that. So, I mean, and then he's not done. But, and by the way, he's smarter than I am. If you've noticed, he's tweeted some things. But has he really blasted EEI the last couple of days? No. He knows because you never, ever, ever, ever know. You never know. He may be, because the ratings are going to plummet. Maybe they'll say, I can see how this works 6 to 9 months from now. What we're missing is some good fighting here. Where's the spirit?
That will happen, by the way. Whether or not they ask Gerry back, that will happen.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I have no question. They're going to say, you know what?
Look at that blind Mike guy.
I'm looking at these numbers a couple of years ago. This guy, there'll be 2 program directors down the line. Who's this guy, Minihane, the guy at Barstool? Callahan? These numbers were unbelievable. You let these guys leave? Can we get them back? That will happen.
Yeah.
And the people above them will be like, well,
that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
No, please, they were so mean to us. Yeah. I met someone that called you the biggest douchebag they've ever met in their life.
Who's that?
You ever heard of Carson and Kennedy, the Mix Show?
No.
No. Well, you used their studio, and apparently they were not too pleased about it.
Why did I do that?
That's where you did the podcast.
I never even interacted with them.
Well, Kennedy said you were, and I quote,
"Oh boy,
the biggest doucher she's ever met in her life."
Who is she? What does she host?
Kennedy, the Carson and Kennedy show on Mix.
How is she? Old, young,
late 40s.
What does she look? Oh, I'm.
What did you do?
I don't even know who this person is. Let's get this person on, please.
I will. I'll reach out.
Who is this? I'm serious. Who is this
morning
person?
show host on Mix?
I don't. Yeah, I assume she wouldn't want to talk about it. On
Mix is the booth that one where I would go and do the podcast.
I mean, she's basically just calling you flat out an asshole because you didn't do shit to that studio.
I literally never
walked in.
I never interacted with those people.
She said,
I know you weren't there much, Dave, but what you saw, what you saw was my full interaction.
Walk in, sit down, go.
She said he would come in and kick us out of our studio, and I've been here for 10 years, motherfucker.
That's bullshit. What? What the fuck?
Said you went in and kicked them out of their studio.
I mean, you know me. I would say if I did that, I didn't.
Yeah.
I literally had no. They were the morning show.
Yeah.
I would never do podcasts that early anyway.
Wow. Right.
I know her former boyfriend too. If we need backup.
Good. I mean, I'm sure. Is she a nice person?
Seemed nice to me, but I've heard.
When did this conversation happen?
This was like Friday, right after.
Where were you? You were there?
I had an event. Yeah.
What did you say to her?
I said, "Oh, he's always been nice to me." I didn't want to get into it at work.
Fuck her. Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Let's get her on.
All right.
Do you think she'll do it? No.
Certainly
not a chance.
I'm gonna look. I assume she's on Twitter.
I would think so. Yeah.
So it's Kennedy.
She's kind of a theater freak. What's a theater show that I can say that she's going on and then tell her?
Yeah.
You can lie to her. I don't care. 104.1. Is that what it is or no?
Yes.
Yeah. Carson and Kennedy. Come on.
Both
needs
spelled with K's.
Kennedy needs. Oh, can we get some of this sound, please? Too. Kennedy needs a new therapist. Kennedy's crazy password story I got from July 10th. Let's play some of that too. Oh boy. Kennedy has another breakup. She's just unlucky in love. Oh, gee.
Sorry, I mentioned it.
Oh, that's her. Is she Is she this one? The blonde, like the sort of...
No, she's the one you would pick up like Uncle Phil and Jazzy Jeff and toss her out of the studio. You don't remember that?
I'm looking... if this is her, I've seen her, I think. She seemed... I swear to God, I've never spoken to her. Kicked her out of her studio.
Biggest douchebag she's ever been.
First of all, we weren't even in there.
And frankly, I agree with her.
I wouldn't be surprised if like caused problems or something and you just get blamed.
Oh, you dummy.
I'll let it out.
Dog boy.
Future EI employee. Yeah. Oh, that's her? I swear to God, I never... First of all, the other thing is I was never inside their studio.
Right.
I never went in the main studio.
Yeah, they're real.
Ever. I literally never set foot in that studio.
No, because you were tapping on the glass, giving them the throat.
I mean, what the fuck? That pisses me off. What the fuck?
That's funny. I should have mentioned it to you that day, but I was like, he's not going to care.
I hate shit like that because that's what shit get. That's why I hate that fucking place. Oh, that place is the worst.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm sure their ratings suck. I mean, we're playing some sound of that. I'm going to be in New York tomorrow, though, right?
Yes.
All right, let's make sure we have sound of that for the rest of the week. Let's get her on because I actually want to hear this conversation.
All right.
Reach out to her, please. Jesus Christ, that pisses me off. What the fuck?
I don't know.
I would go there and schlup in that studio like a producer's booth, not even the main studio for there. And I would sit there privately and think, I can't believe Kirk Minihane, who did literally 20 times their rating, has to sit here while they do their shitty show. And Kennedy talks about her new therapist and her fucking dog, while with the idiot host, that loser. What's his name?
Carson.
Yeah, that fucking loser, no good fucking
Carson with a K.
Pussy. I'd sit there and listen to that shit show and be like, I'm a good guy though, and listen to that terrible show and be like, oh, I now have to do this shitty podcast, this fucking dumb sound, and leave. And now I get this person saying I was an asshole. I honestly, by my standard, it's not possible to be nicer than I was. I walked in, asked the fucking who's the guy, who's the engineer up there? Do you know his name?
Program director, Mike.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy.
Really nice.
He was
guy.
awesome to me. Great. I was the least diva possible. I literally keep my head down, tape, and leave. And I got to listen to these shitheads. What's her name?
Kennedy.
Big segment. Can't beat Kennedy. 5 questions.
Is that really true?
Yes.
Oh
5 questions for the listener and 5 questions for her. Who gets the most right?
Oh, my God. Which state should you be doing radio in? Vermont.
That's on every morning show.
I didn't know. What should I have done? Because people
told her to go fuck herself. You work for me, asshole.
I know.
I'm sure you're probably like, yeah, I know what you mean. I hear
no,
that
I didn't.
too.
I absolutely
no
didn't.
Do you have any doubt? Do you think he really fought hard for me? These fucking people are unbelievable.
I said he's always been very nice to me. I didn't have that experience with him.
Oh.
So she brought it up.
What a wretched human being.
Yeah, we were lying. We were talking about, me and the kid I was working with were talking about Gerry Callahan. And I was like, it's a fucking shit, whatever I said.
Let's call them now. Let's fucking call them now. Let's call them now. Can we do that?
Sure. I'm sure they're probably not like live. They play a lot of music, I would imagine.
Well, let's call them right now and get her on the air.
All right.
Fuck this.
But yeah, it was kind of out of we were talking about Callahan, so it wasn't totally out of nowhere. But she just brought up.
This is bullshit. Fuck, I don't care about Gerry. Fuck him. I don't care about him anymore. This is bullshit. This drives me nuts because that is the worst time of my life professionally.
Yeah.
I had to go in there like an asshole, hat in hand, for no reason, and literally said nothing that you could say I was aloof. I'll cop to that.
Sure.
Head down. Can we call them?
I'm going to do it. I have to do it there.
You told me you have this capability.
Yeah, but then it changed. I know.
I
know. Every day I'm improving. Every day I'm
I want
improving.
it now. God damn it. I don't want to wait 3 days on this. Let's just fucking do it.
Seems like every day
Motherfuckers.
We could do this a week.
What else did she say?
That was about it.
That was the biggest what?
Biggest doucher
she's ever met?
Yeah.
Doucher?
Doucher.
How old is this woman?
Short for douchebag. Late 40s, I think.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, I'm guessing.
Born in the late 40s, maybe. What the fuck? Jesus.
Yeah.
I hate that. God, do I hate that shit. You have no idea how that shit drives me crazy. I shouldn't care. Because I don't mind if it's true. I swear to God, I don't mind if it's true. There are times where I'm a total asshole. This is not one of those times.
There are a lot of people around Entercom that say that type of shit about you.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
I don't know any names off the top of my head, but if I thought about it, I could probably come up with some.
I mean, you've been there.
It's the worst. Well, they all hate me too. That's the thing. Once they realize who I am, they're like, "Oh, she didn't know who I was, so I didn't feel like starting it and getting into it." But
who are you with? What did the guy you're with say?
He just giggled while I was uncomfortable.
What are we doing here, Dave? Who are we calling?
Dave's trying.
We're going to ask for Kennedy?
What's happening, folks, is Dave lied about being able to call people during the show, and now we're calling him out.
It seems like it makes no sense at all. He's calling now. This is the Mix 104.1 studio. Hangouts. So is it going to work or no? Not going to work?
Well, we're going to set it up first.
awesome.
Oh, we got all the time in the world.
All right, let me know when you're done setting up. Let me read the the press release for Gerry here quick. So this is the other thing. So
Very well written and thought out, you could tell.
So I talked to Gerry that morning, then I talked to him again in the afternoon. And I always this stuff wouldn't bother me. This is I think now a generational thing. The press release, I don't it's meaningless to me. I find it funny. I actually think it's amusing. He was pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Me, I would laugh. When they did it, if I did this for me, I'd be like, good, I got them. I'm in their head, you know?
Yeah. Well, Gerry, when you think about it, Gerry was more loyal to the company than he was to you. So I'm sure he met in some sense.
In some ways, yeah.
So I imagine he expected some sort of
I think Gerry
respect in return.
Yeah, I think Gerry definitely now, part of him is I cannot fucking believe that I went along with this fucking, nothing against Mutt, by the way, just this ridiculous thing that was never going to work.
Sure.
Boston, Massachusetts, July 12, 2019. Entercom, a leading media entertainment company, and the unrivaled leader in sports radio, announced today the upcoming debut of the Greg Hill Morning Show on WEEI in Boston. The new show will feature longtime Boston radio veteran Greg Hill, who will be transitioning to EEI from what?
I get it.
What? From sister station WAAF. Oh, are we good?
Hold on.
Here's the thing, they're not live. It's a mute, so...
Maybe we'll get her, though, I'm saying.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't care about her on the air.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
I can hear a ring. No, not anymore.
Great.
We'll get there.
Hill will be joined by co-host Danielle Murr, who's very nice.
Yeah.
Although I'll get to that in a second. A rotating group of additional contributors. Okay. Jesus Christ. That's fucking shit.
Things take time.
I'm not going to answer, though, right?
Things take time, he says.
You're right. It's hard to argue that.
He's a man of facts, if nothing else.
I thought things did not take time.
Ringing.
Who we call? What's the number?
This is the studio line.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
That's not going to help us probably, though, right?
Hello?
Probably playing music.
What am I going to do? Call her personally?
Operator, Entercom.
You don't have her number?
Yeah.
Mike, no?
No, I didn't get it. We could have. We had some chemistry. So yeah, that Kirk Minihane is a real douche.
Just quickly, if they answer the phone, you're not going to have a job after this show.
Oh, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We'll try again. Let's try again 20 minutes.
I can keep it. Will it just ring? I can't remember radio studios. Will it just ring in the background?
I don't. Do you think I know that? What do you think? My job was answering phones?
Okay.
The new show will feature longtime Boston veteran Greg Hill and Danielle Murr and a rotating group of additional contributors. The show will air Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, beginning July 29th. Greg is a Boston market veteran with an incredible pedigree and track record of success, said Mark Hammond, Regional President Market Manager, Entercom Boston. We are excited to welcome him to mornings in WEEI and usher the station into the future. Hillman does his whole thing. I'm excited. As part of the Greg Hill Morning Show on EEI, Hill will carry over much of his present content, along with the creation of new content for sports talk format of WEEI. As part of Patriots Monday, Brady's in-season weekly interview on EEI will now be conducted by Hill. That's going to make the interviews with Gerry sound like me talking to Brady. The show will also feature a monthly interview with Governor Charlie Baker, Breakfast with Baker, as well as other staple benchmarks.
Ooh.
These people, do they know what year this is? Do they know what they're doing?
It's 1958.
What? They think anyone's going to read this and be like, oh, fuck, I'm in.
Breakfast with Baker, yes!
We would rip Baker all the time. Baker hates us, hates me. And now the people who listen to that show every day are supposed to listen to Greg Hill kiss. I guess
it's the people that listen to AAF.
Well, that's the other thing. So I heard this weekend people were saying, well, Hillman's going to bring his whole audience over from AAF to EEI. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Right.
Especially
if he's only talking sports.
I think it's going to be this weird hybrid where he's going to feel like he has to talk sports and nobody wants to hear him talk sports or her or any of their rotating guests. They're talking about bringing Rob Ninkovich every day, who is honestly the biggest drip you've ever heard in your life.
Worst.
Humorless, edgeless, sensitive. Speaking of sensitive, I got along fine with Greg and Danielle. I like them both.
Yeah.
I saw them on Twitter this weekend. Did you see that at all?
Dave told me I didn't realize Hillman was clapping back at people.
Oh my God, he was fucking doing the whole he was doing do you live in your mom's basement? How many followers do you have? I'm like, good luck, man.
That's who you're going to be talking to.
Because it's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
If that, I don't care if you tell people to fuck off, but that really bothers you. And so I listened to them this morning driving in too because they were talking about it. I flipped over. The first thing I heard was Danielle say, well, people on Twitter say, I don't know anything about sports. I'm like, if you're going to let this get in your head, you might as well, just fucking turn it off. So then they do Greg's whole history, his Greg Hill Foundation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 paragraph. As part of these changes, Gerry Callahan, longtime morning host, will depart EEI after nearly 2 decades.
In case you were wondering.
Which is literally all anybody cares about. Callahan has been a dominant force and a big part of EEI over the years. While it's time for a new chapter, we thank him for his many contributions and the indelible mark he made at WEEI, including his tireless work on behalf of Dana-Farber and the Jimmy Fund. We wish him best in his future endeavors. Oh, God. They can't do anything right. It's unbelievable.
It's embarrassing.
It's incredible. So Jerry's pissed about that. I'd say, as I said to him, like, that means that they know they fucked up.
Right.
Like, you got them. Like, be happy about it. They're not, if they did this long thing about how great you were, they wouldn't care. That'd be proof that they're like, we don't care. We can say whatever we want. Nobody's going to care. We'll really move on.
There's a weird thing where, like, obviously Murchison and the Globe won, but also in a weird way you guys won because it's so obvious how much better you were at radio, how right you were about the whole situation. So I think anyone with a brain looks at that as you and Jerry winning.
Yeah, I think the losers are EI. Like, well, I'm getting to do my thing. Jerry will do his thing. We can talk about whatever we want to talk about now. We're free. We're away from these fucking, these total pussies. And now their life is doing the Greg Hill show to Dale Arnold. That's going to be their show. They're going to get killed in the ratings, and nobody's ever going to talk about them ever. They're dead. The station is fucking dead. Now, they'll live, and like David said earlier, they'll squeak a little profit, and once in a while, Brady will
maybe, unless they're thinking of changing formats or something.
Well, I mean, if you bring Greg Hill, you can change formats, right? I mean, you could.
Yeah.
I think in their minds, as long as the Red Sox are there, they're not going to do that, and all they care about is the Red Sox. Keep in mind, David Field, who owns Entercom, really super smart guy, big vision, big thinker, huge thinker. What? Huge thinker, had 98.5 and EEI, right? He could have remember, he owned both companies. They merged, but then because of whatchamacallit, he had to sell one of them off. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know the word, but there's a rule that
it was in a trust. I know what you're talking about.
You can't own. I'm fucking blanking. You can't own two. Right, whatever it is, not copyright. I'm fucking blanking. What the hell? Monopoly. Yeah. Thank you. There you go, Mike.
Love it.
Greg, fucking Dave would have sat there for 50 years with an open fucking mouth. He's just nothing.
He's still trying to
figure out how to make a phone call. But things take time.
Things take time. If nothing else, that's what Jerry learned that, and
I remember like the fifth generation of Egyptian families building the pyramids. That'll be the dying words from the father to the son.
Things take time,
son. It took time. Dies another 60 years of building 7 days a week. And
as Dave Callahan will one day say.
Is that going to go on your grave?
It's going to go on my grave.
Time? Yep. I never thought things took time.
This took time is what his grave will say.
Callahan lived to be like 120, though. Like, MTI guys live forever. They really do.
So.
They do. What was I saying? What the fuck was I saying?
The press release.
No, but I was saying something. Oh, so he had both.
Monopoly.
Yeah, so we had both. You remember, he could have said, like, before he made some deal, hey, I'm taking the Patriots with me. Like, I'm taking the Bruins and the...
I was always amazed that never happened,
and they kept the Red Sox, who they pay the most money to.
Yeah.
It's like a $12 million deal. And when I tell you the ratings for the Red Sox, they do day games now where the ratings hurt the afternoon show. Back in the old days, even when I started, you look at the book and say, okay, get an afternoon game, maybe you do an 18, a 16, like a big number. It's amazing. It has fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
They're doing like 2s and 3s during the day for Red Sox games. The Bruins games at night, the playoff games, not the Stanley Cup Finals. The playoff games versus Red Sox games, I saw some of these head-to-head. 98.5 would do like a 28 or a 29 during the Bruins. The Red Sox would do a 1.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's but then you think about it, though, Dave, like, what 35-year-old, what 30-year-old?
So that's just a power play. That's just they want to stay in the good graces of people in power.
Well, they're friends
ownership
with
of the Red Sox. They're friends with them.
They get to fly in the plane and hang out with them and be friends with John Henry and a couple of times a year go on road trips. They just like it.
Because even from a sports perspective, 5 years ago, we all could have seen the writing on the wall. Where are you going to back? Baseball or football?
Totally. Or I'd say even like, yeah, totally. And by the way, for something like basketball, you could pay less. Whatever. I mean, but here's the thing about the Red Sox. You have these still old advertisers, your Shaw's supermarkets, your fucking whatever, who still think it's the Red Sox. Now, eventually, they're going to go away, too. So, I don't know. So that's a press release. It's funny. Jerry was all pissed off because he was in the 6th paragraph. I thought it was funny he was in the 6th paragraph myself.
I guess that's what 20 years gets you.
Yeah, 20 years doesn't do anything for you. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But he wasn't even in that mood on Friday. He was, and even all weekend I talked to him all 3 days. He's not in that mood. He's like he's like, I finally
he's free.
Yeah, he's like, forever. How many times have I told you? And one thing about Jerry is he will repeat stories after story.
I've heard that. Yeah.
After story. I've heard some stories. I'm not kidding, 500 times. How many times have I told you? I've always wanted to like Bermuda the second weekend in September. It's the best time to go. I've never been able to go before. I'm going. This year I'm going. Fuck them. I'm going.
Fuck them. Yeah. As if even Bob Murchison wouldn't care.
I used to love that, though. He'd be like, we're going. He's like, we're going. And we'd go away at some remote. And it'd be like, yeah, we got Zarbano gave the card to Curtis. We're gonna get a seafood tower tonight. We're gonna fuck him over. I'm like, yeah, Jerry, we fucking got him, man. We spent. You're not gonna believe
Jerry's
this.
taking extra napkins.
We spent $122 at dinner last night. The place is fucked.
The bankrupt.
We got him. But he was, it was great. We had a great couple of years. We really did. I mean, I think the show was as good as any show ever for a couple of years.
Genuinely, yeah.
I really
as
do.
A listener,
I loved it, and I hope. I'll be curious to see. I mean, people have reached out outside of this world about Jerry and I doing something together. I mean, I'm going to do this. I love doing this. I'll do this every day. But if there was something like if Jerry was doing something else and we could get together once a week and do something for an hour, a couple hours.
Why can't you bring him into your world?
Well, because he's going to have another job.
Yeah, but who cares? That's not competitive.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you wanted to do it once a week for an hour or two, I mean, as long as it's okay with Mike, I don't want to.
I'll have to talk to Jerry.
He's going to lose his other job after today's show.
That's true.
Good.
No, but Jerry doesn't. But Jerry doesn't want to do this. Like this doesn't. He wants to do radio. Like he doesn't. He's not. That's why I love him. His mind's not going to change. He's not going to suddenly be like, yeah, you know what, boy, there's something to this I like this podcast stuff.
You don't think he will if he sees your success?
No, he see my success. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. He likes radio.
Yeah, but I never got the vibe that he woke up in the morning and just said to himself, like, I'm going to find a political story that leans right. Like, if he goes into conservative talk radio, he's going to have to just kind of.
Well, I think the move for him is, I told him this, the move for him is essentially do what Hannity did before he was Hannity. He had Alan Combs.
I'm a Tucker guy.
Yeah, I love Tucker. Did you see Kirk? Did you see Tucker last night? He's got balls. Nobody else is saying this.
Everyone on the station is saying it, Jerry.
Everyone in America is saying it.
Everyone on Fox News is saying it.
What he should do, remember Sean Hannity before he had the solo show, the show with Alan Combs, who was a liberal guy. I said to Jerry, find a crazy liberal.
Sue O'Connell.
O'Connell, Alex Reamer.
Yep.
Do a show.
I listen to Jerry and Sue O'Connell.
So would I. I listen to Jerry and Alex if they did a show where they just talk politics.
If Alex left,
that's what I'm saying. He leaves. They go say the Howie Carr Network. Boy, it's almost like I've pitched this to a bunch of people. They do a show together, and they just, especially like Perfect, I'd say the next year is a fairly big political year coming up. I'd say leading up to November of 2020.
Why? What's happening?
So in this world, this changing world, so like the people who are by themselves, the Rushes, the Howies, the extreme rights, Michael Savages. To me, I get bored because it's just one note.
Yeah, but that's what was different about your show. I think that would get buried if that were on conservative talk radio.
What, Jerry and the liberal guy?
Jerry and the liberal guy.
Oh, I don't think so. I think locally, I think it would do well.
No, they'd get buried.
Why?
Sue O'Connell. I mean, your only ones you can think of are Sue O'Connell and Alex Reamer. There's nobody with any balls on the left side that I could think of that could pair that could.
But Alex has balls.
Reamer would do it.
They would rip Alex Reamer to
who would
fucking shreds. The
who
listeners,
good
the program directors.
Yeah, but that's good.
But that's what we did.
I think that would play better at a place. I'm not saying it's a perfect.
That's
fit
what we did here.
Yeah.
That's what we did. I'm sorry, EEI. Alex got buried all the time. We did huge numbers with him.
Yeah, but it was on a sports station.
Well,
a broader audience.
Yeah, well, the audience is going to be smaller. I mean,
just put it on the record.
There's no doubt about that. Yeah. Oh, I think. Well, I mean, the numbers will be lower. I mean, I don't think Jerry thinks he can do 15s at wherever 680 or some station in Bangor. Whatever, but he needs a partner. I know that anyway. He can't host a show by himself. So what else? I don't mean that in a bad way, but he's just
take a shot at him.
No. I just mean like I can do this. He can't. He's scattered brain. Like that's funny, but he would be like he would go all over the place, and he would just he's just not. He's not great at that. He sucks. All right, Mike. Is that what you want me to say? You happy? Fuck him. That asshole. I'm glad he's fired.
See, we needed that.
Can't do. I love the guy. I love him.
I think my favorite Gerry Callahan line was something that I don't even think he said it. You said it when he was talking about like buying underwear or something. You were like, they're always trying to screw you.
Oh,
and I was like,
so
what?
we were. Yeah. Before I read some of these Murchison emails, because I do want to read this Turtle Boy thing. This is a Jerry show, so we would go down to Fort Myers every year, and we would stay at this hotel. Jerry was very specific. He wanted to stay at the Homewood Suites at Fort Myers, which is fine. It was nice. It's great. You get your own fridge. There's a fan. It's great. You can walk around. So this is a guy who was making at his height $1 million a year. We were both making, not far from that for a while as well. I would go for my run every day after the show. It was hot. I remember going down, finishing my run one day and looking, and there was Jerry in the pool by himself with clothing around him. I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "There's no laundry here, so I just do the laundry in the pool."
They're always trying to screw you. That's my favorite. As if
this is the same day. So that night was a Friday. That night we went out to the mall. All we would do is go out, have dinner, and bitch about other shows, and it was all we would do endlessly ever. So we went out to eat. The Fort Myers had this huge outdoor mall across the street. You cross the street, you go. There was massive, and there was like a department store in there. And he's like, "Yeah, I forgot to pack underwear." I'm like, "All right, no problem." So we're at this place. I forget the name of it. And they're looking around, and there's the boxes, and he suddenly opens these boxes. I'm like, why are you opening? I'm like, it says whatever, waist size on the thing. He's like, I know. He's like, you don't know how it works. I'm like, what works? It's like underwear. He's like, some of these, they always try to screw you on the sizes.
As if
I'm like, there's this massive, this is not like Big Tobacco where they're trying to lie to public America. I'm pretty confident they want you to have the correct size and comfort of your underwear.
As if Jerry's walking around uncomfortable and the head of Fruit of the Loom is like, yes,
play them again.
We got him. That son of a bitch.
God. But and he would. He loved. That's a week he'll miss. He enjoyed that week. Not so much talking about the Red Sox. But yeah, those shows. That stuff was always fun. In a stupid way, you'd get frustrated, but it was always fun. I'll just give Turtle Boy, who's a writer in Boston and a good one, has balls, whether you like him or not. And I know people get mad at him because he doxes people, which I hate that fucking word.
Which I don't think he does either. I think
but let's just say even if he does, I don't think he does either. But he happens to not be a liberal, so people think people. It's unbelievable.
I didn't realize that.
So we did a whole. Do you remember, Dave? I had you print this out. Do you know when this was from exactly? Or not?
I don't. I think that was. I almost want to say it's got to be a year and a half, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's. Yeah, probably at least. Yeah, at least a year anyway. So he gets into the whole thing about Murchison. He wrote a whole long thing about Murchison. My point is, he just has some examples in here that I think are interesting. So. He talks about how he basically gets a lot of emails and stuff from people that find some specific stuff. But I'll give you an example of the stuff that pissed Murchison off. He would send things out. So he'd write basically, "Dear, as you've likely gathered by now, I am writing to ask that you immediately discontinue advertising, insert company here, on the station. I've already heard from a number of national and statewide advertisers that have pulled their support of WEEI. WEEI certainly has First Amendment right to spew this hatred, but it shouldn't be backed by a responsible and respected company in our community." So this is the move by him. And then he would say, the 2-minute attached audio file is from Kirk and Callahan last Wednesday morning on WEEI. They discussed the recent events at a Starbucks store in Philadelphia. Most of it speaks for itself, but I will call out 2 particular quotes. Callahan asks, do you think it was a stunt or setup? If it was, it worked. Me. This is what he sends out to people. Mm-hmm. I'm reading a Cumberland Farms ad, I guess. This is why I love Cumberland Farms. They don't play these games. None of that crap. They aren't going to lecture you about stuff. That's what he would send out.
That's what
Murchison would send out.
As offensive?
Yes.
In what? Who read that and said this? Well, we need to.
Who knows?
We need to pull out right away.
Yes. Let me see here. Oh, okay. This was a huge. So this was I think sort of the moment that things really started picking up for us in terms of, first of all, the ratings went through the roof, and secondly, we became a big target. Was a couple of years ago, now a little over 2 years ago, Adam Jones claimed that he heard the N-word in the stands at Fenway Park. I was not on the show the next morning. I remember exactly where I was. I was actually at Mass General. My dad passed away like a day or two later. He was at the final stages. So I wasn't there, but I remember listening to it online that demand that night. Mutt was there. I'm not even sure Jerry was in. And Mutt said, you know what, I'm not sure I believe Adam Jones. I just need some proof. And I remember thinking at the time, well, that's a perfectly legitimate stance to take. No big deal. If you're listening to this show and you're from out of this market, I don't think I can overemphasize how big this became.
It was insane.
Insane.
You guys had to talk about it for like a month because no one would let it go.
Right. Now, and I stand by it, I don't think Adam Jones heard that. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm saying I think he might have heard something else and just.
Well, I believe all minorities on every issue.
Yes. So Adam Jones said somebody heard the N-word. I've been to Fenway Park 500 times in my life. From where he was and where he heard it, and no one else heard it, and there was no video, and it's just not.
It didn't make a lot of sense.
To me, it's just not believable. I don't believe it. So he sends an email out. Callahan questioning the legitimacy of racial bias at Starbucks harkens back to Minihane and Callahan, both questioning the validity of Adam Jones hearing the N-word in the stands at Fenway last summer. Mr. Minihane said about the Major League All-Star on the radio. He's an all-star. That changes everything. I don't believe him. I believe he's lying about it. Well, there you go. Back then I said he's lying about it. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe he heard that word. Yep. So
what a racist thing of you to say.
So what's amazing is then you'd have the extreme left calling us racists because we didn't believe the N-word was said. I'm like, so wait a minute. I'm a racist because I don't think somebody said the N-word? If I said the N-word, you'd call me a racist.
You're a racist because you don't think people are inherently racist.
And by the way, the Red Sox worked Adam Jones' shaft like their arms would fall off. Like they were saying left and right, we believe him, we believe him. You're racist. And my thing was, basically, this also kicked this off. My thing was like, fuck the Red Sox. If you're a fan, you have these assholes. You're paying up the fucking ass to park, to go to these shit games for 9 hours, eat their crappy hot dogs, and they're going to call you a fucking racist and play videos where they tell you not to be racist? Fuck you. Like, you know, I'm so glad I could say this. Like, honestly, fuck you. And the Red Sox got all worked up. That led to me being suspended because I called Linda Pizzuti and John Henry pandering pukes. They are pandering fucking vomits. Mm-hmm. And that led to the whole thing. And this led to Murchison sending out these emails that make no sense. And here it is. Following the announcement by this is, by the way, is like the standard Murchison email he sent for a while. Following his announcement by employer WEEI on Wednesday, February 14th to require mandatory sensitivity training. One day I'll have to do a whole show about that. And a rethinking of impact on the community. Kirk Minihane responded by tweeting out a 10-minute video that he did with Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports during Super Bowl week. Minihane's Twitter followers retweeted the following exchange. A 10-minute interview focused mainly on Minihane's interactions with Tom Brady in response to the pissant story. Portnoy began by crudely alluding to Minihane's soft response with Tom Brady by saying that Minihane had, quote, sucked his dick. Portnoy, how did Tom Brady's dick taste? Minihane, there's an avocado flavor to it, ironically. The conversation then turned to the controversy around Brady's kids. Portnoy then said that it's positive when speaking of Brady's kids. Minihane, you compliment Brady's kids. Portnoy, yes, I do. I said Brady's son had a huge dick. Minihane, yes, to be fair. Minihane, I suppose a compliment. This kid is like 1 year old. Would you rather say the kid has a small dick? Have you compared? No, but it's abnormally huge for any age.
Even in print, it's funny.
It is. You always know there's a big dick in front of you. Another Barstool. I think it was KFC. Minihane, I always have. And this is like his point of, and by the way, like, I don't even care, but like, isn't it in his world, isn't Portnoy the one who's offensive there? Like, it's stupid.
Yeah, because you're the one engaged.
Yeah, I guess. I don't even know. Please, I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Bob Murchison, Sherburne, Mass. I have the phone number here. I won't read it today. He's copied and pasted this email to tons of WEEI advertisers. He writes, Turbo writes, Piano Mill, Barbecue Barn, Arbella, WR Environmental, Chance Building Supplies, American Family Care, Kaplansky, FW Web, Jackson Lumber, Wendy's, the Radio Agency, Norwegian Cruise Line, ARS, major sponsor of the Jimmy Fund, by the way. And he took some money away from the Jimmy Fund. When Jordan's Furniture didn't back down, he contacted Berkshire Hathaway, which bought Jordan's Furniture, owned by Warren Buffett. So there you go.
So that's where the Warren Buffett thing came from.
Yeah. So he would do stuff like this. This is the stuff he would do. He'd send out email after email after email. There's another one that I should have asked you to print out too, where you have the actual. I don't know if you guys read this one a while ago. The one where like you had the actual correspondence back and forth with the people who were.
With like Kaplansky, and he was like, "Yeah, do not email me."
Yeah, but I mean, even the ones who like bailed out, because there were people who were like, the people from like Wendy's or whatever would say, "Look, I don't know who the fuck this guy is or who these people are. Move the advertising."
I would say 9 out of 10 people would do that.
National. You're just
saying
they got bludgeoned. Yeah, they're like,
because they don't know
great.
who you are.
Yeah, they're like, great. They do great ratings. Let's go somewhere that does 20%, 30% less ratings, but we don't have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
That would happen all the time. So it's really not that hard a plan to do if you are into it, like he is. Like today, I'm sure he's listening to that show, the last show they're going to do, and he's listening to make sure there's a new advertiser. If there is, well, maybe not. Maybe there's a deal now. I don't know. But so that's Bob Murchison, and it never, ever, ever ends. We should find another story, maybe do it again some other time, because it is maddening. But he's why, and Entercom and the Red Sox and the Globe is why Jerry's not doing the show and why I'm over here and all that stuff. So it's ultimately, when you look at it from a big picture sense, it's just cowardice from Entercom. That is the main theme.
Of course.
That's it. Like all the other stuff, the Shirleys, they don't pretend. The Sam Kennedy's a two-faced rat fuckhead, but the other ones, they let you know who they are. That's what you're dealing with, and that's why EEI is going to fail.
At least Shirley Lang said she was going to get revenge on
She told me that, and she did. They did. I mean,
whereas Entercom just tells you like, oh, we're doing everything we can.
Yeah, we're trying. And no, please don't call. Don't pressure them. Please
don't say anything.
It makes us uncomfortable. Make it go away.
Here, I might as well just get fired today. Why not? Sure. So in the email they sent like us, like low level people. They were like, "This is how delusional they are." They're like, if you're approached by the press, as if our level of people would be, but they're like, the official stance is that we're very happy that Entercom and Gerry Callahan could come to an amicable agreement.
Jesus Christ! You just tell everyone that?
Yeah, I made sure.
God. Well, here's Sam Kennedy from June 22nd. We need a Bob Murchison FBI bust. Try and be buddies with me. He texted me. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why would you say that? He's trying to be my pal.
This was when?
June 22nd of 18.
Okay.
He was trying to be my buddy. He was trying to be, like, hey, he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Trying to see the last text I sent him. Ooh, yeah, no, that one I can't read. It's something to do with sideline reporters and whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Just my thought that works at Nesson, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. They're excellent.
They wouldn't have, like, relationships with anyone?
I have no idea. That I know nothing
I
about.
wouldn't know either.
That I actually, you are telling me something I've never heard in my life.
Neither have I.
Ever. No. Steve Peralt, right? Isn't that the wacky? Yeah. They go on dates, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's sort of the, I don't know. Am I missing anything, Mike? Anything jump out from you from the you're very into this story.
Well, I wonder, like, I mean, I know it's my obsession more than yours probably, but like a guy, why doesn't a guy, and you've said this a million times, but a guy like Zambrano, where it's like he on some level knows that you and Gerry would be what's best for the station. And eventually, he's going to get fired because the ratings suck and there's no need to have him there. They can get some pencil pusher that they pay 60% of what he makes. Why doesn't he, on some level, try and save his job and just, for a day, let Mutt and Gerry or you and Gerry or whoever say what they want and then deal with the repercussions afterwards?
I think he just wants to keep his job.
Yeah.
He wants to have,
But doesn't he realize that's not going to happen?
No. I think I said to him, like I said the other day, when I left in November, I did my last show for a couple hours with Gerry and Mutt, and I ran into him in the hallway or whatever. We had an argument, and I said, you do realize this is the start of your job ending. Like, you're going to lose your job. And I think he said, you know what? I mean, I'd rather keep my job for 9 months than lose it today. And he gets to park in his spot and go to the Red Sox games and go to London and do all that stuff. He's like not respected.
Hit
he's
on
not,
women?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not respected. He's not good. Okay, I believe you. He's not good at his job, and he's a coward, and he's pussy and all that stuff. But he gets to go to Encore. Shit like that stuff matters to him. That's who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with an adult. You're dealing with somebody who shouldn't have had the job. And this is what happens. Now, I don't think he's largely to blame because I don't think he could have really stopped anything. But also, he never came up with any solutions. He never had an idea. He never had a thought. I'm sure Hillman is not his idea, but he didn't offer anything else.
Right.
He's like, okay, yeah, do I keep my job? Okay, he keeps his job. The people who have no guts keep their jobs. The Dale Arnolds keep their jobs. The Rich Keefes, they'll just show up and do their, somebody tweeted me that while the Gerry stuff was going on, Rich Keefe and Andy Hart, I think, was on, then they were doing, who are the best triplets in the NFL, the best running back, receiver, quarterback thing.
That's funny. Let me think of it for a minute.
It's tough. I don't know. It's just the Chargers. So it's sort of like that, but that's okay. That's who they are. Some people aren't built to do what we did.
Right.
And I'm not built to do what they did. And right now, for them, for a while, until the ratings are so bad that they have to fire them, they're going to be okay. It's the scariest time ever to be. Why I'm happy not to be in radio. It's the scariest time ever to be in radio, ever.
Yeah. Someone told me that if this doesn't work, then they'll just give it through football season and then it's over.
What, Hillman?
The whole situation.
I mean, if you move Greg Hill to the mornings over to
you got to give it at least a year.
Yeah, that's a real move. I mean, Dave may be right. They may keep him and change formats. I mean, did Kennedy tell you this?
No.
Are you sure? She's kind of an expert. She knows everything. We're going to reach out.
She knows Kirk Minihane.
We're going to reach out to her, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. So what time am I on taping tomorrow in New York?
Oh, you're not doing this right now, are you?
Why?
The phone call is at 1:30.
What phone call?
I have a phone call with some people at Barstool about it.
That's fine.
Dave's got a scheduled apology at 1:30.
Actually, no, that's actually about the guest protocol. It's 1:30, but go on.
We'll find out, would you?
Yeah.
Just Fowler's doing it, right?
Yeah, I figured you talked to Fowler and
can you figure that out?
Okay.
I don't want. I can you make sure KFC make sure Fowler lines up KFC because he's agreed to do it.
Yep.
And I assume at 8 or 8:30 or something. I don't think we're going to do it in New York at 7 o'clock. I don't think so. Want to just ask Fowler is 8 o'clock okay?
Perfect.
And see if he wants to do it. Make sure KFC's lined up. Is that
Will.
fair?
That's fair.
Okay.
Fair request.
You okay with that, Mike? You gonna be all right?
It's a little worrisome. The fact that you're doing a show tomorrow with Fowler and KFC and then have to come back to us is a little worrisome.
Oh yeah, when I think big stars like Mikey Fowler. Well, who's that?
Better than this guy.
That's true.
He can make a phone call.
Fucking knows how to dial a phone. Things take time. Easier.
That's true. I have to remind myself
so
of
negative about that. I should remember that next time you're doing anything. Literally walking to a door, having a drink of water.
Why am I not there yet? Oh well.
Why is this meal?
Dave Callahan taught me.
Why is this meal not my body already?
Things take time.
Oh, I thought this flight to Italy was going to just be no time at all. It takes 8 hours. This isn't right.
How you get to New York tomorrow?
Just show up. I assume I'll just walk through the portal.
No, not so fast, my friend.
Fuck. God damn it. Why do things take time? You guys have anything else on this Gerry thing? I thought
what about the promo?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
And let's do Postmates before it, by the way. No.
Want to do Postmates before the promo?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
The mid-roll.
All right, let me see. Mid-roll? What does that mean?
Oh, boy.
What?
He doesn't know. It's just a term.
A mid-roll is you have to read the podcast ad in the middle of the podcast.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know your terms. Mid-roll.
He's showbiz, baby.
Mid-roll. So I got an email the other day from somebody at Barstool and said, it's like working at anywhere else. Like, yeah, have you downloaded your Postmates app yet? And I'm like, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? They said you have Postmates now. And I thought, well, I know Postmates because they've sponsored KFC's podcast with Feidelberg forever.
Yeah, for a long time.
So I've heard them do the reads on. I was like, excellent. This is finally something I think I can figure out. And I have, look at this. You can't tell, Mike, but look at that. Boom. I actually,
There's no reason to point that out.
I actually downloaded the Postmates app. I did it. I downloaded an application on my phone.
Shocker.
Which is not easy to do. And I looked around. I spent an hour because I knew we were going to do the reads, noodling around. I like it. It seems pretty simple to me. If you want, whatever. You want red wine, you want sushi, you want pizza like me, or breakfast burritos, some pasta. Any time of day, by the way. 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 4 p.m., whatever. Middle of the night. Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever kind of service you need all year round. Anything you want. Postmates will deliver, can and will. Largest on-demand network in the United States and offer delivery from all the restaurants, convenience stores, grocery stores, traditional retailers you could possibly want or need. Download the app right now, okay? Do me a favor. If you're listening to this program, download the Postmates app. Do it right now. You don't have to go to the store. You don't even know where it is. Postmates will bring it to you. The app on Android for free. I got mine here on my Apple. Free, totally free. You can browse local restaurants, businesses, track your delivery, by the way, in real time, which I like. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners, listen to this, okay? Okay, listen to this. Download this. $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. $100, Mike. To start your free deliveries, download the app and use the code KM. That's code KM. That's my initials, KM. KM. $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Anything you need, anytime you need it, Postmate it. Download Postmates and save with a code KM. $100 of free delivery. You're done. $100 for the first week. Do it right now. Postmates and the code KM.
It's a hell of a deal.
What's that?
It's a hell of a deal. I could use that because I don't drive either.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it?
I'm going to.
Do it. Use
today.
the code KM. Good. By the way, Rough and Rowdy 9 is going to Fort Bragg, North Carolina for a red, white, and bruised beatdown. What are you laughing at?
I think this is my fault.
Why is this here?
Because remember we were talking about it and I said, we need to get some copy for this. Just as sarcasm.
And they send it to you?
And then they sent it to me.
That's fine. That's good. They seem to be... it's not my world, but people seem to be into this, right?
People love it.
I love it.
Good. Rough and Rowdy is the best event we do. Everyone says it every time. I believe you. Rough and Rowdy is amateur fighters with no defense. Did you write this or no?
I did not write this.
Okay. With no defense, throwing haymakers combined with the funniest, most action-packed 4 hours you'll ever have. We guarantee at some point you'll have tears in your eyes laughing because you've never seen anything like it. Who wrote this?
I don't know.
Okay. You'll basically get Big Cat's doing it, right? Because Dave's not going to be there?
I think Dave will be there, won't he?
Oh, I was told he wasn't.
He's not.
Oh, maybe he's
there.
not.
Yeah,
He
won't be there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Big Cat. This is Big Cat's world now. This is his show. I saw he also got this whole. I watched this whole documentary episode too. Did you watch it?
No.
On Barstool Gold, you didn't see the.
I had my own episode as well.
You did have. I understand. It's not about you. Big Cat Large
Trying to get
plus
people to
insane,
watch
unpredictable
Barstool
action in the ring. Go to buyrnr.com. BUYRNR.com to learn how you can watch the fight for free. And by the way, we're doing this show at the Red 13 Studios here in Saxonville, Massachusetts. Is that the name of the town or is it Framingham?
Saxonville is the section of Framingham.
Okay. Is this like the classy part of Framingham or what? Feels like
sure,
it. It's
yeah.
very nice. So we're in Saxonville area, Framingham. Doing it here at Red 13 Studios. We're always happy to do it. We're moving soon, staying here though. And if you want to sound like this and do your own album, podcast, song, musical, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Interpretive poetry, slam dance, disco, breakdancing, whatever the fuck you want to do. Go to red13studios.com. They'll do it right for you. Tom Brady's done it. Under Armour's done it. The Kirk Minihane Show's done it. red13studios.com. Do that today. So I got an email from somebody telling me about this promo that they ran for Gerry, and I listened to it. Have you heard this, Mike?
I don't think so.
A heartfelt thank you to Gerry Callahan,
God.
a staple in Morning Drive in Boston for over 20 years.
He's right. He's right.
He's right.
Forever a Boston icon, a legend in this town.
I've known Gerry for a long time, and I would consider, I don't know, friends, but, very cordial. If I saw you, I think we'd probably have a lot of things to talk about.
And who'll always be remembered for his tireless work supporting the Jimmy Fund.
Sometimes I paint people's nails.
You do?
Toes and stuff like that.
They paint their toes? Do you want to paint my toes?
Yeah.
No, you'll have nightmares.
Yep, he really was a big softie.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you, Gerry Callahan, and congratulations on a remarkably successful 23-year career at WEEI.
Now, like 6 things.
That was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Number one, they released it later in the day when they were getting bludgeoned by backlash.
Put it together in 5 minutes.
And I find it so shameful that they feel like they need to use the Jimmy Fund as like a shield to they're just doing that.
Yeah, no one will criticize this.
Right. They don't care. They're using this poor dead little girl Avalana. They're using her to make, it's so typical tacky EEI and just shitty and poorly put together. And fake shitty radio. Thank you so much for 25 years of entertaining us.
As we kicked your ass out the door.
Yeah, we let you go.
Hours after we kicked you out the door.
Should have done a real promo. It's like, WEEI is a bunch of pussies.
We're cowards. So this man is...
Bob Murchison, Shirley Lung, the Boston Globe, Linda Pizzuti, Sam Kennedy, and John Henry took a shit in our face. And then, they'll play some sound. The dumb music.
And they tried to use Tom Brady, but he's saying the emptiest...
Yeah, is that supposed to be funny or something?
Wasn't that when Brady the interview after Brady hung up on you guys, and he was basically just like,
he's like, Jerry's been cordial.
Brady's a great quarterback. I have no use for him. Like as a person, I know Barstool World will flip. Like I have no use to me. Like great quarterback, seems like a nice guy. Is one of these guys who now has to have his ass kissed all the time. Like just cannot be challenged. Like he's in this world where he's in a different universe now. And I'm like, I saw people tweeting this weekend like, Brady should boycott the show. I'm like, you think Brady doesn't even you think he gives a fuck?
He won't even notice that.
He'll know it. Maybe he's done it for 20 years with them, but he's not gonna care.
He knows he has to say a different name when he says hello.
He'll say something nice, maybe, but maybe not. Like, whatever. Who cares?
Here's what Greg Hill will say. Any thoughts on Gerry Callahan?
I don't think he will even. Hillman does. I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm sure he didn't say anything about me. We didn't get along that great.
Yeah.
But when I hear that, I'm just like, oh, start again. Stop. First of all, the music, like, what the fuck? Like, who puts this shit together? I guarantee it's Zarbano because they're scrambling and, like, and he's like, all right, we got to do something.
It's like Jerry's going off to his first day at camp.
Yeah, or he's dead. You're like, let's play this shitty, like, guitar, and then let's get this big-voiced fucking, radio guy. A heartfelt, like, is that about to say heartfelt? Let me hear it.
A heartfelt thank you to Gerry Callahan.
Yeah. Stop. For what? Like what?
Yeah. I'm sure they were very emotional.
If you like it, why don't you sign him again?
As they told him, get a box and get your shit out of here.
A heartfelt thank you to Gerry Callahan.
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask. Well, we can do the promo thing, but I wanted to ask why they didn't let him just ride out his last month.
I think you and I were texting about this, right? He doesn't really know. He's happy. I mean, obviously, he gets to work and get paid, not work. For the next. And they said to him, "You can do a final show," but he was like, I could tell they really didn't want me to, and I didn't really want to do it.
Right.
I went in because Jerry and Mutt were still doing a show. So I went and did a couple of hours and we fought.
Yeah.
But the idea of like coming in for 4 hours and having everybody like, it just sounds
Gerry, you were the greatest.
Yeah.
I used to listen to you in the mornings.
Nobody ever talks about the time that it's like, who needs it? Let me hear some more of this.
A staple in morning drive in Boston for over 20 years.
That's a typical like just brainless sentence right there.
Yeah.
Like what does that mean? Like a staple in morning drive for 20 years. Can you like, say something like personal about the guy?
Yeah.
A staple in morning drive in Boston for over 20 years.
He's right. He's right. He's right.
Forever.
How long they put this together in what, 90 seconds?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like it's so you could tell they were getting fucking bludgeoned. Like same with me, but with me they couldn't do this because it was war, But with Gerry they feel like, well, he's leaving, he's kind of a nice guy, like he's not gonna, so we can do this, make ourselves feel better. As opposed to just letting it go. Like, you get the shit kicked out of you.
And wouldn't it be funnier if they just made a promo, same music, but just said, we wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't a gun to our heads. You know what I mean? Like, something like that. Like, make a joke out of it.
And by the way, it also makes it sound like, sort of like Gerry left. Like, they make it seem like, we just kind of, Gerry doesn't want to do it anymore, and we both sort of,
we don't know what his problem is.
Like, right. Like, he just wants to move on. I don't even want to play the part with the Jimmy Fund people, because I fucking hate that. It's so insulting. It's just so, like, remember, we have the Jimmy Fund. We're good people.
Yeah,
like,
don't forget.
Yeah, and, I'm not going to, Jimmy Fund obviously can do what they want, but, I mean, I don't blame them. They're going to do it. They're going to make a lot of money, but it's got to be, I don't know. I'd be frustrated if I were them, too, because Gerry was actually something he's really good at. and I actually happen to care about a lot. So I don't know, I'm not going to do this whole thing where it's, because I hate these hosts who they make it seem like they're saving the world when they're doing a telethon for kids. But I don't know. And I guess Greg Hill will do that, I suppose, now. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right? And then, that'll be the show. But that fucking promo, when I heard that, I laughed. I was like, this fucking place doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, they're playing it like twice an hour,
I know.
too.
Well, when does that go away? That's the other thing. If I ran that place and I was really the way they are, I would never let those guys say do that show. I'd be like, no, we're good. Like, we've moved on.
Yeah, right.
But instead, it's they don't know what they're doing.
That was the saddest thing to me, was not even, because it's like you knew whether it happened Friday or in a month. You talked about it, that we kind of knew Gerry was done at EEI. But it's like, to just have such a lack of respect for people that were good to your company for years. Like, it's disgusting.
He made a lot of money, too. Listen, Jerry's rich, but I mean, he also made the company a shitload of money.
Yeah,
but
it's disgusting how they treat people.
But, hey, what can you do? I mean, listen, they're busy contacting advertisers 2 weeks before to make sure they're going to stick around if Gerry gets fired. So, only Jerry's brother-in-law. No big deal. We contacted family members. Do we have that? Can we do the music without the sound or no?
No.
Do we get a shitty guitar like that? Can we get that
I'll
sound?
play it.
We can find
Let me hear it.
A heartfelt thank you to Gerry Callahan, a staple in morning.
Let me hear that. I want to hear the promo. Let me hear the little guitar. Can we get that sound or no?
What, this exact sound that they're
It
playing?
doesn't sound like that, Dave. Fucking stupid.
You can't get that like out of the blue.
Go to YouTube and look up fucking guitar. Like
acoustic.
Yeah, how hard is this?
Acoustic sunroof.
Yes, I want the exact fucking song, Dave. Jesus Christ. Is that hard to request?
Hey, I even if it's only for a couple days, I lasted longer at Entercom than you and Gerry.
What do you mean?
What do you think about that? I'm still there.
That's true. Congratulations.
Dancing on your graves.
Sorry, you're still collecting the check, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Jesus.
Yeah, weird. Begging for him to fire me.
How's this?
For 20 years, Gerry Callahan was a staple in Morning Drive until one day, Bob Murchison woke up and said, I'm going to fuck with your life. Now, normally, most companies would tell Murchison to go fuck off, but not Entercom, because they're a bunch of pussies.
That Ashley Graham is a fat pig.
And they sat there and took it, and took it, and took it, and took it. And now Gerry is gone. So congratulations to Gerry Callahan, but really congratulations to Shirley, Bob, Sam, Linda, John, the Boston Globe, and everyone else, and all the other radio stations in Boston, because from now on, our product is going to fucking suck. 93.7 WEEI, a home for pussies.
Hillary's a war criminal. Trump 2016.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I think we cut a pretty good promo.
Unbelievable. It's fucking unbelievable. All right, so figure out New York for me, please.
I will.
All right,
sure.
good. All right. Anything else? We're good?
I think that covers
That's all I got, unless
All right,
there's a
good.
conference call later I don't know about.
What are you going to talk with KFC about tomorrow?
I don't know. It's not going to be that. We're two human beings.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure we're
Jesus.
24 hours away, Mike.
Seems
I'm
like
not
a fine question.
I'm not that concerned about it yet. We'll just bullshit. It'll be a great chemistry. It'll be a really good show. Probably the best show yet.
So over the
know about
weekend, I pitched an idea to my friends for the show.
Okay.
That you said no to, that they loved.
Why would you
Are your
say
friends
that?
as stupid as you?
Why would
Nope.
you say? Why would you phrase it like
Let me
that?
hear it. Go ahead.
I want Mike to hear this.
Let me hear it.
Okay.
Quick.
Obviously, Call Her Daddy sound has been part of the show. So
Yes.
I suggested let's get a porn star in studio to address what the Call Her Daddy girls recommend.
You've pitched
on
me
their
this
show.
before.
Yeah, that's what I just said. You
You
said
said
no
you pitched
to
it
it.
to your friend. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you said no.
So,
I pitched it to
Dave
them.
wants a porn star in here, and we're going to... A stripper is what you said.
Yeah, because these are just two girls that just like are... How do I know that they're like the craziest in bed? Do you know what I mean? They're just two girls giving all this advice.
Who cares?
It'd be funny for a porn star to be like, I don't know if they really know what they're talking about.
That sounds really funny right there.
It might be better if like the Call Her Daddy girls were in or something.
Yeah,
maybe?
does that sound like a horrible idea to you? Like, so we're going to bring some stripper in, recorded Dave.
There's a segment there. It might be not be there
With-
right
with
now.
Shirley
Yeah, but it doesn't
Axe.
seem like Kirk's type of show.
No, but if you get Brandy Love, my girl Brandy Love on, I'll do it.
Okay.
That's perfect.
There we go.
That's
That's
the goal.
perfect.
All
We're
right.
trying to get her on. Done.
I
Okay,
got it.
good.
See, you got to make him
That,
think he
doesn't,
thought
that, doesn't that sound funny, Mike?
Hilarious.
The way you laid it out?
The way you said it, I like it a lot. But you know, when you put it like that, Kirk.
But Dave's, like the Call Her Daddy girls, and they say this, and some porn stars like, that's not really how it works. Isn't that funny? Yeah, that's a fucking riot. It's a riot.
What about when they were like the 9 reasons, like the 9 ways to eat pussy?
Yeah,
and
but
they're like, oh, 7 of those are the worst idea I've ever heard.
But
who cares?
Here's the problem with that, though, is that we haven't criticized the Call Her Daddy girls for not being right about things.
Yeah, I don't care about their accuracy.
It's more like just the subject matter.
Yeah, I don't care about I just think it's funny that they do it. I don't
if it was a bit on the show where I think they're wrong about blowjobs.
Yeah, no, you don't put your tongue there. You don't put your finger in their ass. That's not. We're not breaking it down. But okay, get Brandy Love on it.
All right, I'm on it.
But it was astute of you to see if I would like that.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, I'll be in New York tomorrow with my good friend, I hope, KFC, and doing my Barstool tour. The AMA, you saw the Reddit thing get tweeted out?
Yes.
With the picture and that crazy, wacky statement. What is it?
I'm the.
He has to ask you questions, or what is it?
He doesn't want to answer you, but he has to.
I mean, come on, we're done, sold.
That is, I'm telling you.
All right, I'll be in New York tomorrow. See you later.
Aaron Sorkin-esque.
See you later.